I didn't mind the Loki part. The part that I didn't like was when they showed like the thousands of him at the end of
It
Ant-Man. I'm like,
cheapens.
looks so stupid.
But also, if you defeated him like all these times, then you think he's not Thanos. Like the first time
Yeah.
you were introduced to Thanos was literally Infinity War, like
Mm-hmm.
pure introduction.
Yeah.
And he was like this mysterious guy, and he's like,
Mm-hmm. Just in the
"Whoa."
background.
And then there was already death and destruction around him. Let me tell you, blah blah. And then
Yeah.
Hulk comes, and then like Hulk used to like remember that big ass worm guy in New York? He just
Mm-hmm.
beated that motherfucker. And then Thanos was like, bitch, let him have his fun. Remember that guy? Let him have his fun. But then you get Kang, and he's getting beat up multiple times.
They've already
And
defeated
like,
him. Like, yeah, they've already defeated him twice.
so am I gonna be looking forward to him being defeated in his ultimate state? Probably
I
not.
think so. I think they're done, man. I don't even care anymore.
I don't.
What's up, buddy?
Daddy Lewin over here. What's going on, dude?
What's up, Mr. Shaved Head?
Feels cozy. Feels like right back at it, huh? I see your background and everything. I'm just like, hey. What?
One sec. I forgot something.
Oh, okay. No worries.
One sec. All right.
We back?
Yeah, we're back.
Nice. No, I was just commenting on the wall behind you. It's like what I remember. It's like, hey, we're back.
We're back, baby.
Yeah, man. How's the daddyhood treating you, buddy?
Whew. It's nothing like it, man.
Yeah.
Nothing like it.
It's like they spoke the tales, but nothing can prepare you for the battle.
I mean, nothing that's unexpected, but just like there's a difference between expectations and actually going through what they talk about.
Mm-hmm. Even with all the baby classes and stuff you did.
Yeah. I mean, it helps, but man, when baby's getting up at all hours of the night, it's like, oh, fuck my life.
What is the procedure like? Like you guys shifting schedules? Like the feeding? I'm guessing pumping and everything.
Yeah, well, so since Steph is, she's on maternity leave, and even when she goes back to work, her schedule is a lot more flexible than mine. So she handles feedings Sunday through Thursday night. So any night where I have work the next day, she handles the feedings, and it's easier to breastfeed from a boob versus me having to go get a bottle, put it in the bottle warmer, go through that whole procedure. It's a lot easier to just be like, put them on the boob.
Here's the boob.
Yeah.
Here's where the warm milk comes from.
Yeah, for me to feed them, there's a lot more steps. But, to give her a little bit of a break on Friday and Saturday night, I handle the overnight feedings. And luckily, he's actually now sleeping more through the night. Like, before he would get up multiple times, every like 2 to 3 hours. But now he's going longer. Like last night, we fed him right before bed at like 1, and he didn't wake up until like 6. So I had like a solid 5 hours before I had to do the feeding. So
nice. Yeah, so adapting's happening.
Yeah, he's adapting, and it's easier for me versus like, dude, when he first came home in those first couple weeks, he was literally like every 2 hours. It's like, oh my God, we can't even sleep.
That's been crazy.
Yeah.
So was it, how did you feel those days? Like you could tell your mood and stuff. Sleep deprivation, basically, right?
Yeah, and I'm glad I took the week off work, because then we would just sleep longer, right? We would be in bed for like 12 hours just to kind of get a little more sleep. You just spend more time in bed trying to sleep.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But even still, I felt like, just in a haze.
Purple haze,
Yeah,
baby
man.
haze,
Milk haze.
milk haze. So, what was it like? Your family came, right?
Yeah,
During
her
how
parents
long?
came.
How long was the baby around?
They showed up like just over a little over a week after he was born, and they were
Hmm.
here for up to like maybe he was a little over 2 weeks. So they were here a little over a week.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah.
How was that having them? They weren't staying with you guys though.
No, they weren't staying with us, but it was still like, a lot of getting together, right? A lot of getting together, a lot of doing stuff. So then, like, even more so, and by that time I had gone back to work, so even more so,
So
sleep
work,
was.
and then, hey everyone, let's hang out, and
Yeah,
then
yeah. Then I'm just
baby's
like,
waking me up, and
I'm just dead tired. Like that week at work, I needed like usually I don't drink coffee, but during my
yeah,
lunch break, I needed coffees like to keep myself going because before lunch I'm over there like nodding off.
that's good.
Yeah.
How was
So
your emotional state and everything? Okay.
yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Just tired, right? Tired and
Would you just?
frustrated. Like,
Sorry. Okay.
baby, please stop crying. Why are you crying, baby?
Yeah.
But it's
Baby.
pretty straightforward. He's crying because he's hungry. He needs to be changed. He needs to be burped,
Are you
or
noticing?
or he wants
Like,
to be
is there
held.
different cries for different things? Like,
No, no. I just go down the
like
list.
sniff. All right. When's the
Usually,
last when I
like,
fed him? Or things like
yeah,
that.
usually like most of the time Steph is running the feeding. So then if I'm running something, it's first thing I do is change him.
Hmm.
That's like the main thing. It's like, oh yeah, his diaper needs to be changed. And yeah, like their diapers need to be changed every few hours.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of diapers.
How's that experience? Changing
Um,
diapers.
so like,
It's funny.
we're
Like,
new to
I
this.
watched 3 Men and a Baby and them struggling, which is like really bad struggling. Like no average person would
Yeah,
struggle like them. But I
yeah,
imagine
yeah.
there's been like pee coming up or
Dude,
some
there's a
kind of
couple
fun
couple
stuff.
instances where the penis just goes off up and
Is it
streaming.
like high to your nose or is it like
I would say
stomach? Like oh crap!
it gets maybe got up to shoulder level, maybe
Okay.
little nice little arc.
You have to do
nailed
a
me in nailed me in
quick
the shoulder.
quick dodge
Yeah,
out of there.
because then it's like, whoa, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What we do is well, okay, so when we first were doing the changing and stuff, we would just use like baby wipes to wipe him down after cleaning him up when he's changing the diapers. But then he started to develop this diaper rash, like
Oh.
red, really red. And so like we were talking to Andrew and Mikey, and they said, oh, what we would do is we would just rinse him off in the sink
Mhm.
to give him like a little bath on his undercarriage for the
Yeah.
changings instead of like just doing the baby wipes.
Yeah,
And
because
that,
it's like that's like what, like some kind of light alcohol type of I don't know what
mhm.
wipes, but I it's not as good as just good old water,
Yeah,
you
like
know?
I mean, think about it. We all wash our butts. Like
Yeah.
nobody's like just
It
baby
feels
wiping.
better than just baby wipes and never washing your ass at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
So
So like
for
we
a kid
switched
too,
over. Yeah.
yeah,
We switched
makes
over
sense.
to washing him up in the sink, and now there's no diaper rash. If anything, just a little bit by his balls.
Mm,
But we got this like zinc ointment that you put on. But yeah, now that we're washing him in the sink, drying him off with a towel, it's a lot better. And I
mm.
use the towel to cover the penis while we're doing the changing, so it's like a
Okay.
little shield. But there's been a couple of incidences where he has peed in the towel or pooped in the towel, and it's like, dude, come on, man.
That's too funny.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
What else is there? Um, do you have to like I don't know, keep them wrapped? I don't know.
Dude.
I know that's the thing, right? You keep them wrapped for some reason so they don't.
During the day we let
them.
him. During the day we let him be like, we put him in a onesie and let him just do whatever he wants, right, with his hands. And honestly, like we haven't done really mittens because we tried it and he wasn't really into it. And honestly, he's not really scratching up his face, so we haven't really done the mittens. But at night, it's like imperative that we swaddle him.
Really?
Yeah,
So
for bedtime,
is it
we
like
swaddle him.
they have full-on nails at that age?
Oh yeah, when he came out, he had like nails that were like, hey, looks like your nails need to be trimmed.
Oh. Do you think they ever scratch the inner womb? Like, get me out of here. You know? Inner scratching marks and stuff. I'm just assuming they're in there and
not. I don't think. I mean, maybe a little bit, but like their movements are so
because they
uncoordinated.
kick, right?
Yeah.
How about toenails? Like, do they get long? Does he
I think they're not that long, and they're soft. They're like baby nails, like really soft.
Well, I've never touched a baby nail, so
yeah, they're thin. They're thin and soft. We use like a Dremel to kind of like shave it down. But like their movements, dude, the way they move, it's so like they're not really in control, you know? They're just kicking and screaming.
Test their flexibility, just like whoop.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've been doing.
Well, yeah, when you change them, you gotta lift the legs, man. So
pass the guard a little.
Yeah. Baby, you ain't got no guard retention.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh man, yeah, it's I feel like we were saying this last night. Like now that we're like past the 1 month mark, it feels like we're settling into him being a part of our lives.
That's good.
So it only took a month.
Yeah. That's some good adaptation with you guys.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Like this morning, like I said, I was on feeding duty and he didn't get up until almost 6, and I got a little routine now with the feeding. Like I get the bottle, I put it in the warmer, I change him, get him ready, get all the stuff ready, feed him. But he like does not want burp him, but it takes him a while to fall back asleep. So then it's like holding him, giving him a pacifier to help calm him down. And yeah, it's just, yeah. So I ended up getting to the point where I was debating whether I wanted to get back into bed or not. It was like, man, what was it? Like 7:30? Yeah, it was like maybe 7:30, 8 o'clock. And I'm like,
in the morning?
Yeah. And I'd been up since 6, went to bed at 1, and I was like, maybe
sun's out.
Sun's out. Last week I'm like, all right, I might as well start my day. But today I was like, I'm kind of tired because I had a really bad night's sleep on the night before. So I'm like, let me jump back into bed for a little bit. Just a little bit.
Okay. Nice. Well, yeah, at least you got some sleep before having to do the podcast.
Yeah, I got like, I think a little over 5 hours.
Nice.
Not the best, but I usually can function off of that.
Nice. Good to hear, man. I'm glad Daddyhood's treating you well. You seem like a new person already.
Already? I feel like the same guy.
Like more like everything will probably be based on like, oh, that reminds me of my kid. Like, in the future. Like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Soon you'll have the wallets. Actually, you don't have that anymore. You just have it on your phone.
Yeah, right.
Let me show you my kid.
The wallpaper. Now it's the wallpaper.
Oh yeah, wallpaper, right?
Yeah. So how's things going with you guys?
It's going good. Janice is like 2nd trimester now.
Dude, how many weeks?
Is that 15?
Wow. 15. So then she's due, when's she due?
April.
25 weeks from now. Nice. April.
Yeah.
April, baby.
April. That's just crazy because it feels like it was just the other day I was telling you about it. And
it was just the other day.
You were like, yeah, I'm getting ready to give birth soon.
Yeah, now.
It's like, what? How much time has passed? You know,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what's it been? A little over a month since we had
a
our
month
last
and some
podcast.
change, I think, since we
Yeah,
talked,
yeah, a
because we
month
took
and
a week or 2 weeks after you know, before the birth.
I think it was
We took
the
a
week
week or
before.
something.
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking we did it like the week before because I was like, oh, we'll see if he doesn't come this weekend, we
You're
can do
talking
another
of
one.
Yeah, you were talking about
And you
the
knew, dude. You fucking knew. You're like, I have a feeling this is gonna be the last one.
listen to Adam's not Adam's Family. Blink-182, Adam's
Yeah,
song and shit.
dude. So did I tell you like the when she went into labor and all that?
Mm,
So he was due on a Thursday. He didn't come. Um,
yeah.
um, then on that Friday was when it all happened, right? But while during that time frame, I was listening to our podcast, and I was just like, "Oh, that's it's a nice little podcast." And then like Steph texts me while I'm on my lunch break. She's like, "Well, she texted me before I went to lunch. She's like, I think these contractions are kind of ramping up," and I'm like, dude, should I come home? And she's like, not yet, but maybe soon. And while I'm
Yeah.
on my lunch break, she
Yeah.
texts me, it's time. I'm like, oh shit. So I text my boss and I'm like, hey, my wife called, it's happening. I'm going to go see what's going on.
Yeah.
So I never came back from lunch, but I texted him and let him know. But while I was
Mhm.
driving home, I was listening to our podcast and it
And
was
then
like, yeah,
Adam's
listening to the
Family song.
Blink 182. And then you're like, oh, you're going to be a daddy. I was
Oh
like,
my god.
it was an interesting, like, it was surreal, like listening to us talking about it and me heading home to go, to
Be a dad.
go, yeah, go become a dad. I was like, wow, this is crazy. This is, I'm gonna remember this for like the rest of my life.
So when I mentioned Adam's song, all of a sudden you thought about the drive, like gonna see like your child
Yeah,
soon,
I
right?
remember being on the freeway driving home, listening to that podcast, and we're like listening to Blink 182. And well, it wasn't even Adam's song, it was the new
The newer
song.
one, but it was still that
Yeah.
melancholy.
But that vibe of like, wow, life, time passing by. It was just like a reflection
Dude,
of my life and how far we've come.
I was like listening to more because I guess they dropped other singles on their YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
And another song just sounded like, oh, this is like giving me that Adams
Yeah,
song
it's like a
vibe, you know?
nostalgia. They're like a nostalgia band now.
Yeah. Then I
But
was
like
reading the
that,
comments like, oh, it's crazy that my kid now listens to what I listened to when I was that age. I'm like,
hmm
wow, that's
yeah,
crazy.
that was the vibes. I remember feeling those vibes driving home, like reflecting on like us as middle schoolers, and now I'm like on my way to have a baby.
Yeah.
So it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy when he texted me and I was just like, whoa,
Yeah,
there he is. And it's like,
yeah.
I can't unsee you as a dad now, you know?
And dude, it was like you were there with me because I was listening to the podcast. I'm like, Nate's right here with me.
Oh, I'm glad I could be there in spirit at least.
Yeah. But
Oh man,
yes,
imagine if I was like gone, and now you listen to it.
oh
Like,
man,
imagine how it's
dude,
gonna feel. I'm just saying.
dude.
If you think like, oh, I'm there with you while you're about to your son, I'm just like,
hmm
imagine like that whole thing with Matthew Perry passing
Yeah,
away.
yeah,
It's like
yeah,
if you watch Friends, now it's like, holy shit. Now you
yeah.
look at it as if
Differently,
this
right?
guy
And I'm
is
sure all the
gone.
his castmates are like remembering the good times on set and all that.
Yeah.
And
Didn't
they
he have
just
like
did
a
that.
book? He had a book too.
Yeah, I think so. And they just did
Ended
that
reunion.
reunion a couple years ago. Yeah,
Good thing.
yeah,
Well, tells you got to get that office reunion then before any
yeah,
of
man.
them passes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But, sorry, I mean to sidetrack.
No,
We're
no,
talking
no.
about being there
Yeah.
with you in Blink 182.
So I got home and then Steph is like frantically cleaning and I'm like, all right, so
I
what's
need to
going
do
on?
something.
Are we well cause she was trying to wrap up some stuff before it happens. So she was trying to like finish some stuff up and I'm like, all right, are we just going, or do I have time to rinse off and change my clothes? We had time for me to rinse off, change my clothes, and make sure the bags are all packed. And yeah, we let her sister know, and then I let you know, and then we headed to the hospital. And her sister was gonna come, because there's 2 people allowed in the delivery room. So her
Oh,
sister,
2 people. That's good.
yeah. But so we got there at about 1:30, 2 o'clock, and it was a Friday, and it was busy. So like, I guess all the birthing
Babies
rooms were
everywhere.
full. Yeah, all the birthing
Full
rooms were
moon
full.
tonight.
The tree, it was, dude, it was a full moon.
Oh shit!
It was a full moon.
I thought that was like a thing. Like, heard
Well,
Robin Williams say that in that 9 Months movie. It's a full moon tonight.
apparently, because even Steph's mom said like, "Oh, it is a full moon tonight." I was like, "What the heck? It's so crazy."
Are we connected to like the moons and the tides, right? Like,
Well, yeah, I mean, the like women's periods are like
yeah,
tied into the lunar cycle.
yeah.
So like,
So
yeah, I wouldn't doubt that the moon has some kind of influence on
you're like the
that.
turtles. Don't the turtles come out at a certain
I
time
think
too?
so. It's time to the moon. So like, we were in the waiting room. There was like 2 other pregnant women waiting, and so like, we were in the waiting room for like an hour.
Congratulations. Oh, you
Yeah,
too.
it was strange. Well, there was a woman by herself, and then like a
Oh
couple,
no.
but
She's just
they
like,
were like,
she's by herself.
yeah, but it sounded like it wasn't her first baby.
No,
So
I've been through this. Yeah.
I don't know her situation. And then Steph's sister is like coming. She was like, when we called her, oh, she had to go pick up her son, drive him back home to North Shore, and then come back into town. So it was going to be a few hours before she was able to come.
Yeah.
And so we're in the waiting room. Then finally, at around, man, what was it, like 4 something? We finally got into a triage room, which is just like an evaluation room before getting into the labor room.
Gosh.
So then we're in there.
It's just
like
to like check your dilation. Like, all right, you're ready.
Well, yeah, to
Or
check your
what?
dilation and monitor baby's heartbeat and all that. So like,
See
we
if
were
you
in
need
there,
things,
huh?
if you need like drugs or something.
Well,
I don't know if
yeah,
that's where you-
and Steph was gonna get fentanyl, like for pain
Fentanyl.
management, but all her veins were like, they couldn't find her veins. And
Where's
then
your veins?
yeah, they were trying to give her
She
an
doesn't have the
IV,
Dwight Schrute power.
and they couldn't give her, they couldn't hook her up because they couldn't get her veins. So
Oh
then she
no.
sat up to try to like help the blood, rush to her arms, and that helped. So they were able to hook her up. And then so while we were in there, her sister showed up, but only one of us could be in there at a time. So me and the sister switched, and then
2 people are allowed, but not at the same time.
well, not in the triage room. In the birthing room, 2 people are allowed.
Oh.
But she was still in the triage room. So then her sister went in for a little bit, but then we switched.
What's
And
like,
then,
sorry, is it like the movies where it's like she's really uncomfortable? Like there's a lot of grunting and
every couple, yeah, because every couple of minutes every couple minutes she's having contractions, and they're painful. And like, before
You're
she
just
got the
gonna hold
meds,
her hand like, I'm sorry.
yeah, dude, it's exactly like that. It's exactly like that.
You're going through it, and I feel bad. Like I wish I could.
But there's nothing I can do.
I wish I could share the pain.
There's nothing I can do.
I just hold your hand.
Yeah, that's all you can
And
do.
be your cheerleader.
But when she got the fentanyl, and it kind of helped, and it helped manage her pain a little bit better. It was still painful, but it wasn't as painful.
Mm-hmm.
So then they move us to the birthing room, and then so her sister's able to join us, and then she's gonna get an epidural. So me and Andrea have to leave because the anesthesiologist goes in, and they, it's like a needle that goes into her spine. So they have us leave. So we go to the cafeteria and get some dinner, because at this point it's like maybe around 6 o'clock. So we go get some dinner, and just kind of, I don't know. It was just the whole time. It was, we're just talking. Yeah. And it was just, I don't know. It was surreal. She was all excited. I don't know. She was like super excited.
Was it just like something in the air? Like, man, like,
yeah, I just felt kind of like,
happen,
I felt kind of like in a haze. The whole day kind of just flew by.
Yeah.
I felt like I was in a haze the whole
Like
day.
life is happening while you're just being an observer. Like I don't know if that's kind of good description.
Kind of. I mean, not like out of my body, but like just kind of like the hours are flying by, and I'm like, man, this is really happening right now.
Mm.
Just almost in disbelief that it's happening. But I'm
Yeah.
calm. I'm not like freaking out or anything. Like
Mhm.
Steph and I are calm, and her sister's the one that's kind of freaking out.
Really?
Yeah. So then we finish up dinner and then we head back, and it was perfect time because we had to be gone for like half an hour or something.
Mhm.
So we get there, we're in the birthing room, nurses are coming in monitoring baby's heartbeat and all that stuff. After a while, her doctor shows up, and when the doctor walked in, she looks a little confused because she sees Steph's sister sitting on a chair, and
She's
dude,
like, "Did you give birth?
a lot of people mix them up. Like a lot of
What are
people
you
are like,
doing out of your
yeah.
gown,
Ugh.
Miss Lou? What are you doing here, Mrs. Lewin?"
Ugh. So then, like, so Steph she dilates pretty quickly, but for some
Mhm.
reason, baby like isn't
No.
dropping into place. Like
Oh, really?
there's the dilation, and then there's like the I can't remember what it was called, but like basically baby has to drop to a certain point. So baby's not dropping, and he's like turned the wrong way. So then like doctor she pops the sack to help try to encourage him to drop a little more. He's
I
still
didn't even
not
know there was a
dropping.
sack to be popped.
Well, yeah, because there's the amniotic sac, the fluid that the baby is in. The baby's in like a
Oh, so you pop it so it drains out or something?
yeah, like a bunch of liquid came out, and
By the
then but
way, is there like a beeping on a machine going like for your heart rate? Beep beep, or
um
is that like not present in that room? Like,
for the babies, so they put like these like sensors. It's almost like microphones on your on her belly, and you can
okay.
hear the heartbeat from there. So yeah, there's a constant
So
heartbeat.
I'm guessing was being pulled out, like the heart rate is like going up for the baby, like because something's
So
happening.
it's
I don't know.
okay. So it's funny that you bring that up because all right, so baby's not dropping, right?
Yeah.
Um, but Steph is dilated, so we're waiting. And then Steph's sister plays Drop Baby. Drop
Drop
baby,
baby,
drop baby, drop.
drop
Drop
cause I'm
on.
hungry.
Yeah. So she plays that song, and then Steph's like sits up to try to encourage him to drop a little more. But then okay, so
That's so
like
funny. She played that song.
yeah, she played that song, but okay, so like baby's dropping, but now like there was like so there's a couple incidences where it was kind of it was a little scary because there was a couple times that baby's heart rate would like
Jump.
during the contractions, his heart rate would drop, and then like the nurse would hit a button to call all the doctors in. So like
When you see that, you're like,
10
"What's going on?"
well yeah, because like his heart rate drops, a bunch of doctors come in,
Jeez.
they're like checking to see how things are going, and like you're just
You
like
don't know. But you're like, "What are you gonna say?"
yeah. So then her doctor's like, you can, I mean, I can see it on her doctor's face. She's concerned because it's not a normal thing, right? So like it happened like maybe like 2 times before Steph was
Jeez.
in labor that like his
Before?
heart rate, yeah, before she was in full on
Oh,
like pushing labor, right? Like when she was, I guess it's still labor, but before she even
in
started
the
pushing.
triage room?
No, in the birthing room, but like
Oh, okay.
there's only a certain point, like she has to be dilated, which she was, but baby also has to drop to a certain level before you start pushing. So like before she started pushing and she was having the contractions, like after like 2 separate contractions, baby's heart rate had dropped to a concerning level where like the nurse had to press the button and all these doctors would come in and like they were repositioning Steph, and like of course I'm
You're just on the
seeing
sidelines?
yeah,
You're
I'm
just
on the sidelines, but I'm also like,
what's going
fuck,
on?
man. Like, baby's not here till baby's here.
Yeah. That's always in
So,
your head, right? Just
so
like,
yeah, I'm just like holding my breath. The worst is in the back of my mind. Like,
I know.
we're not gonna lose this baby right now, are we? Like that's what was going through my mind. Like
Man.
Jesus. So instead they like have Steph like reposition, and then so they get her into a position that seems to be like, okay, baby's fine with that, and then we get to a point where he's low enough that she can push, right? So then like while she's pushing, I think while she's pushing another 2 times, like his heart rate drops to a point where like the doctor's like talking about if it gets to a certain point, we might have to do an emergency C-section just to get baby out because he's not recovering quick enough. So it's just, dude, it was stressful. It was scary, man. It was fucking scary. Like I was scared. And
man, I can feel it for you, man.
Yeah, it was
just, I think you're always like in the back of your mind, just like until I hear the baby crying and it's outside. Like,
well, like, yeah. And everything was good up to the point where like his heart rate was dropping. Like there was no cause for concern until that point. And then from there on, I was just like on pins and needles the whole time, kind of like, oh man, come on, man. I was just, I was scared, man. I was really scared.
Yeah.
So they like had Steph lay on her side, which seemed to help. The doctor like brought in a big mirror because she has the epidural, so she can't really feel down there. So she had a mirror so that Steph could kind of like see what's going on down there to help that mind-body connection. And her contractions were like far apart enough where like there was time for her and baby to recover between contractions. So like her to recover where she would be able to push, hard enough, and baby to recover where his heart rate was back into a normal range. And so like I think she was pushing for maybe a little over, and no, I can't remember because she started pushing. It was after midnight already. Wow. And so she was pushing maybe an hour and a half or something because baby came like just before 3 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so she was pushing, and then finally push, and then like it just happened. Like head came out, and then everything else just came out, and immediately
crying immediately.
Crying immediately. Head's all long, covered in goop.
You guys are crying.
Yeah, I'm like, fucking,
oh my god!
I was like, oh, thank God,
because you're on pins and needles, I get it. Like you thought you're gonna lose your baby right now.
Fucking A, man. That's like that thought crossed my mind, man.
That's how like precious life is. Like,
yeah, it's like it ain't over till it's over, man. Till baby's out, they evaluate him and everything's good. Because even like I don't know if I ever told you, like Steph's sister had like problems because her baby came like a month and a half early, but he was having like problems with like fluid in his brain and stuff. So like we were already kind of like we're like, all right, pregnancy's going good. Yeah, everything was good up until labor. Then it was like, oh man.
That's good, man.
But baby came, everything was good. His color, everything was all good. The doctor said the reason why his heart rate was dropping was because I guess he pooped. He pooped in the womb. Yeah. And like so like then like he's I guess that stuff is all around him, right? So then that's like it's like poison, right? So I guess maybe that's what it was, right? That stuff was like kind of affecting his vitals.
Crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's amazing how there's so many different birthing stories. Like how long were you guys in the hospital after? I mean, total and after the birth.
So, dude, it was just like remember in the office where like
trying to get you out. Get out.
Pam was wanting to give birth after midnight. So they have an extra night. That's true. It's true. Because he came after midnight, we basically we didn't get into the nursing room until maybe 5 a.m. But then we had that night and then the night after, and then we went home on Monday. Versus if he came before midnight, we would have had that night, the night after, and would have to go home on Sunday. So it's true. Like if the baby comes after midnight, you stay another day.
Wow.
So it was like, oh, that wasn't bullshit. It
Did
was
you
a
have a
real thing.
lactation consultant?
Yeah, lactation consultant
That
came
was a dude.
in.
I
No, it was a lady. But
was
man,
thinking
like,
about the Jim and Pam. He was
dude,
like, "Oh."
that stay in the stay in the hospital, that was rough because like we think about it, like baby came at like 3 in the morning. We got into the nursing room at like 5 in the morning, and then nurses and staff are coming in every couple hours. So
while
like,
you're sleeping, like, huh? What's going
yeah,
on?
like Steph is in a hospital bed and I'm on like a pull-out sofa, and just you can't really sleep because everybody's coming in every couple hours. So it's
Yeah.
just like you're like laying down sleeping, and then like somebody comes in and it's like, oh.
And then they give you
So
some information. You're like, okay,
you're like,
yeah.
yeah, you're in a haze because you're sleep
And then you
deprived.
sign something. You're like, what the fuck did I just sign? I just signed my life away.
And then like, we're brand new parents, right? So then it's like we don't know how to change the diaper. The nurse shows us how to change a diaper, but like the first diaper change, I was like kind of like not really getting in there all that good because I'm just like, this is also brand new. And
Yeah.
then I think at one point baby spat up and neither
Oh
Steffer and I
no.
noticed. And then like the nurse is like, "This, did you not see the spit up?" And we're like, "Oh no, we didn't." She's like, "Maybe you have the light on so you can see what's going on." So it felt like she's a little judgy.
Scolding us. You
Yeah.
fucks. Maybe you should have the light on.
Yeah.
Fuckers.
Like, I'm fucking tired. I'm
I'm
not
new
sleeping.
here and I'm sleep deprived, bitch.
I've only been a dad we've only been parents for like a day.
Well, I'm glad hearing your thing. It's just like, I'm new here, okay? Because to me, for some reason, in my point of view, I'm like, Miguel and Steph have all this figured out and they know how to do all this already. And you're like, I don't know what to do. So,
I mean, now I feel like I
yeah,
said, a
you're
month in,
seasoned.
we're like, all right, we're good. We're in.
Good to
It's
know when I
just
get
like,
there and I'm freaking out, like, how do I do this?
well, yeah,
And I
especially
get
like,
judged by the nurse, then be like, okay.
but it makes sense that they keep you in the hospital for a couple days to kind of like bridge the gap because baby D does need to be fed every couple hours, and they get to monitor baby, and they gave baby, so they gave baby his first bath. But we decided it's common to not bathe baby for at least 24 hours. So let them be in like, the birthing stuff
All
for at
that
least a
gooiness.
day. Yeah, to soak that up for a day before you bathe them. So something to think about. Like, don't bathe them until the second night.
That sounds like something we'd probably do.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and then like I jumped over cutting the cord.
Oh, geez.
I was like,
I was thinking about like, oh man, does it feel like you're like cutting a body part or something? I don't know. It feels
it was like
an
it was
intestine or something.
yeah, it felt very rubbery. Like I had to like,
Ah!
and I was like, man,
And
I
there's
want to
no
make sure that
pain, right?
no,
There's no
there's no
pain.
pain.
It just feels like
I was like, oh man, make sure I cut the right thing.
not the fucking
But it's pretty
penis.
straightforward because there's like a clip. They clip the cord, and then they have like sutures on one end. So there's like a little place where they're like, all right, Dad, it's time to cut the cord. So it's like a little like inch or two of where you're supposed to cut. But baby just came out, so I'm just kind of like, oh god, make sure I don't screw this up.
So they show you where to cut it.
Yeah. They basically give you like the little 2-inch space where you should cut the cord.
Okay, good.
So
Make it easier for me.
yeah. Must make sure I don't have to think about
Am
anything.
I like too close to the edge? I don't know.
Yeah. And it's just like, make sure I handle the scissors properly and don't stab anything I'm not supposed to stab.
Oh, jeez.
But it was all good.
Ooh. All right. Well,
But oh man, yeah, the stint in the hospital was kind of rough. Like, and I was kind of like, it's up to you. Like, we could have gone home Sunday if we wanted to, but
I need your guys' help just a little more.
Well, Steph definitely wasn't ready. I wanted to just go home, but Steph was like, she wasn't quite ready.
Mm.
And it was
I don't know if
ultimately,
yeah.
it was the right call. It was good that we stayed in the hospital as long as we could. And yeah, it was definitely the right call because it helped. It helped give us enough time to adjust and just like get into a routine and have a little better idea how to take care of this baby.
Mm.
And now
was
here we are.
Was it just you guys for the first couple days, or did people come over?
So Steph's sister was with us through the birth, right? And she like
Yeah.
took videos, took pictures. She actually took a video of baby coming out, like uncensored.
I was thinking if I don't know if Janice would want that, but I would want to document it. Yeah, I don't know how often I'd be seeing it.
Yeah,
just
and
to
like
remind
Steph's
me.
sister only shared it with the two of us. Obviously, she's not sharing it with anybody else. But like, yeah, it was. I mean, it was kind of I don't know how many times Steph has watched it, but I've watched it once since he came out, and yeah, I mean, it's like it only happens once, right? Like you're
For
only
that
and
person.
like and for that baby, and like you only have so many babies if you're having multiple. So it's it's like a once in a lifetime thing. But so Steph's sister left and she took Mochi and Oreo home with her so that we wouldn't have to worry about, because like we were talking
Oh
about me
yeah.
going home to feed them every day, but she took them so I didn't have to worry about it. And honestly, if I didn't do that, like if she didn't take them, man, it would have been rough. So she took them, and on the Monday when we came home, Andrea, Mikey, and his mom and Luke came to visit us at home on our first day home.
No.
And
were you like
Luke,
tired at that time?
we were tired, but like I don't know, we were riding the high of like, and that drive home, that first drive home, I was like driving
All
real
right.
slow. Yeah.
Here, bring my little child.
I was like extra cautious, and I'm like, all these crazy drivers out here.
Crazy driver. I was one of them. Not
Yeah.
anymore.
Like, you sons of bitches. I got a baby in there.
I do have a baby on board. Maybe I should put a sticker so they know. Hey, be careful.
Yeah, right.
I'm not gonna tell
talked
you
about
how
it. We
much
haven't
kids.
gotten.
We're not gonna tell you how much kids I have with little.
But just so you know,
stickers.
take it easy, asshole.
Yeah, right. Hey, I mean, when I see a sticker like that, even though I'm not like driving fast or anything, I take
You're
notice.
aware. Yeah, you're aware.
I'm extra aware to like there's a baby. I did not want to do anything wrong with that baby, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, we were tired, but we were also like, you know, it was like invigorating to be home.
In your home with your
it was
child.
Nice. It was nice being home. Yeah.
And the dogs are back too at that time.
Well, yeah, like her sister had gone to work that day, so on her way to work, she had dropped them off. So the dogs were at home when we got home.
Oh, okay.
And like
the dogs sniffing
they're sniffing like crazy, wanting to get close, but you know, we don't want to let them be too close, licking baby's face or anything. So yeah,
close enough to like at least see it, right?
Yeah, sniff and get close, but not like give them a little tongue bath.
They're pretty good at the tongue baths.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah. So now here we are, 1 month later.
Oh man. So is it like, what was it like being back at work the first day? Was it like, oh man, I missed my kid?
My work was kind of surprised that I only took a week.
Yeah.
They were like thinking like, oh, we thought you would have taken 2 weeks, but like honestly, it's unpaid. So I'm like, in my head.
Oh, you did a week of unpaid?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I was finding out like, my job, like maternity, they don't, because I live in Texas. Like they follow the Texas laws.
Rules. What's the Texas?
We don't. Well, first the California one is like they get maternity for the wife.
The wife, yeah.
And if you live in San Francisco, you get like time too. I don't know if it's like the dad. So that's what my coworker has because he's having a kid right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if you live outside of San Fran, you don't get that.
Oh, so like only San Fran proper.
Yeah.
So like
I think
even though you were in San Leandro,
I
not
wouldn't
close
have
enough.
that.
Not close
I
enough.
would have like a California,
Whatever the
thing,
California one was.
but
Yeah.
not with the San. Like they have, San Fran man get a little extra treatment.
Fuckers.
So they actually don't have maternity for
For fathers.
Oh, in Texas they don't have it for ladies.
Really?
Yeah, but they have
So
like a 12-week protection thing.
TDI,
TDI,
temporary disability insurance.
Yeah, we have to sign up for that one.
Yeah, that's
you get
what
like
Steph's,
66% of your paycheck or something.
Yeah, that's exactly what Steph's doing right now.
Oh, okay.
For her, I think it's like 6 weeks.
Oh, okay. I think that applies for me too. I don't know if it's just for her, but if it's just for her, then I'm probably just gonna do like a week thing or maybe a little more, and then just start working again.
Yeah, for me, it's like because as the dad, like there's not really much you can do. So for me, I'm like, and got bills to pay, so it's like I'll take the week, but like after that, I felt like I had to get back to work to get the paychecks rolling in again, just to
because you want to be financially okay.
Because even 66%, I mean, like for two people, it's like you're both taking a pay cut. So like at least like if I'm returning full to work, it's more money.
Because you're paying a mortgage and you want to make sure you have food.
Yeah.
You want to make sure.
Yeah. Gotta live, man. Gotta still expenses don't go away. So yeah. I mean, like, and honestly, with my works, and plus, dude, you work from home anyway.
No, yeah, like
right?
Even if I will be working, but it will be interesting, like how much I can concentrate if, like, I don't know if the baby's crying all the time, but I think Janice's mom's gonna come down and help.
Oh, nice. That's good.
And my mom offered to help too, so the two grandmas helping while we working, that'd be nice. But
yeah, like for me, it's like, I mean, I finish my work day, like I start work at 7 and I finish my work day a little before 4. So I'm usually home around 4 o'clock. So I feel like, I mean, I get home like at a reasonable hour. So it's not too bad.
So how was it, going back to jits? Like, was it
so
like,
well,
did you
to touch back on work? When my first day back, I did kind of was like, what the hell am I doing here? This seems so unimportant.
Because it's like, what's important is what's at home right now. Like,
yeah. I was at work. I'm like,
your perspective.
This is so unimportant. I don't even care about this right now. But
it's
I
like
was
hard
like,
to work when like there's something special at home and you can't wait to get home and see my little baby.
Yeah. I mean, that's how I kind of felt like when we first had Mochi at home and I knew he was home alone. I would come home during my lunch break a couple times.
Oh yeah.
But like, but now it's like, oh man, I want to get back home to the family.
Yeah, definitely.
But now it's back to normal, and I was like, it was also like a concern because I gotta work, because also I get insurance through my work, and Steph gets her insurance through my work too, even though like we have to pay for her out of pocket, but the company decided they'd cover the kids, so they're covering Leo, so that's nice. So work, but dude, getting back to jits. So I can't remember if I told you, but like my attendance had been spotty even like before Leo was born.
Like once a week instead of
like I told you, like I had gotten sick, right? Like
and then did you hurt your arm? Was that a different time? I forgot.
That was a different time. That was
Your arm
that was
at some point.
that was before, but like, because they had gotten back from Masters. I think somebody got me sick because like I had went when they first got back, and then I got sick, so then I was out. I was out for like a week and a half, but then what happened after that? Because I was feeling better, but something happened. I think it was at that point that she was like getting close to the due date. So then I felt weird about going like with the prospect of her going into labor while I'm at training. So then and it was like, oh yeah, I was like getting the last stuff done before baby came. So I think all together I was out of jits for like 5 weeks, and it was like 3 weeks before he came and 2 weeks after he came. So like, okay, so oh yeah. Because I took off the first week because he was born, and then I took off while her parents were here because there's a lot of like family stuff going on. So the day that her parents left, I had intended to go to Jits, but I was so tired when I got home from work that I fucking took a nap. I was like, let me take a nap and see how I feel in an hour because the new schedule has kicked in. So I was like, let me take a nap. And I took a nap. And I woke up. I'm like, I'm not going. I'm fucking tired.
You have days like that. Like you can't. It'd be like forcing a poop if you're constipated.
Like I'm
you're
fucking
already like you're already strained.
Yeah, I'm already sleep deprived. I'm so tired that I'm taking a nap as soon as I get home from work.
How do you think you're gonna feel the next day if
how am I gonna expect to perform in jiu-jitsu? So I was like, all right, I'm not going. So then the Thursday, the a couple days later, then I finally made it back, and it was the new schedule. So I was kind of like,
oh, what's the new schedule again?
So they opened
the new
side. They opened up another mat, so they have a mat 2 now on like the space across from the main space. So then it's like 2 classes going at the same time. So, but like now the classes run longer. So like the kids class used to be after our class, before our class, from like 5 to 6, but now the kids class and the teens class happen at the same time, and they go from 5 to 6:30. So then the adults classes don't start till 6:30. So then they have like 2 classes going at the same time at 6:30, and then they're supposed to have 2 classes going at the same time at 8. But with the old schedule, they had adult classes at 6, 7, and 8, and they would have the 6 o'clock, the 7 o'clock, but the 8 o'clock class would never happen. So I was kind of curious. I was kind of curious to see how it was going to go. So I show up that Thursday. I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to give it a try and do like my back-to-back like I've been doing, even though the classes are longer, because, I'm paying higher dues. So I want to get more bang for my buck.
Hour and a half class.
Yeah, hour and a half class. So I'm like, all right, I show up, and I guess they have it assigned as
no
like
gi or gi that day.
I did no gi on my first day back, and it was supposed to, like, gi was supposed to be on mat 1, the original mat, and no gi was supposed to be on mat 2. But I guess right now they're basing it off attendance, like who's there. So when I got there, no gi was on mat 1 because mat 1 is a bigger space. Mat 2 is a little smaller, so it's a smaller space. So I did no gi. Dude, and like as soon as we were doing like
rolling
guard passing drills, I was already sweating and short of breath, and I was just like, oh shit.
It's crazy, right? When they're gone for a while. The simplest actions, it's like heavy
I'm fucking
breathing.
out of breath and sweating already, and we're just doing guard passing drills.
Yeah. What was that?
But
20 minutes in, 10 minutes in?
Maybe like 10, 15 minutes in. And I was partnered with a newer guy. So like, it was all right. Like he was looking to me to kind of like, how are we doing this? Like when we're doing the move of the day, right? And like, I mean, I'm doing okay, but like, everything's, not only am I rusty, but like, I'm still like a lot of these moves
You
are
want me to
still new to
explain
me.
this to you? I've been gone for 5 weeks.
Yeah. But it was fine. Like it was cool, and yeah, like
So hour and a
class
half
was
class.
good.
You
Then
did
we
some
get in.
rolls.
We did some rolls before the end of the class, and oh man, I
What is that?
was.
How many rolls do you do
So
now?
this
There's
was
now this
yeah. Now that the
extra
classes are
30 rolls.
longer,
Is it
man,
more
we
rolls
did.
in the end?
It was more rolls. It was like what five rolls, 6 minutes. So like yeah, good half an hour rolls.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, I was a
You're
piece of
toasted already.
garbage. I was a piece of garbage,
So
man.
like the second class didn't happen by that time.
Well, so then like I get done with class, right? I got beat down by all the higher belts as usual. And
Yeah.
like I was just sucking wind. So then class was over, and then like I see the gi class on the other side. So I'm like, well, I'm like waiting for the next class to start on my side. So I'm like, all right, I'll put on my gi and just jump into it. But like I'm waiting and like a class, nobody's there. A class
You have your gi
isn't
on?
starting. No, I didn't put my gi on because I'm just kind of
Oh,
like, what's
where's
going
everyone?
on? Yeah. So then I saunter over to the other side because the gi class is still going, and then I'm like seeing what's going on. I'm talking to one of the black belts. I'm like, oh yeah, this is my first time seeing this side, and he's like, oh yeah, like it's
Oh wait, this is the newer side.
yeah. I walk over to the
Oh,
newer
okay.
side to see what's
Because
going
your
on.
class was a bigger no-gi at that time.
The no gi class was bigger, so it was on the bigger side, and I went over to because the gi class was still going, so I was like going to see what was going on, and then their class finished, and then like there wasn't like usually like another class starts up right after,
and that's what's on the schedule online.
and that's what's on the schedule. 8:00 there's supposed to be 2 more classes. So then I'm looking around and like nothing's going on, and then
There's supposed to be no-gi on that side. Like, is it supposed to be switched or something?
no, it's supposed to be. There's only one no gi class, and it's at 6:30.
Yeah.
And then so the 8:00 is supposed to be like 2 gi classes. I think maybe advanced and beginner, like advanced on one side and beginner on the other side.
Okay.
So I'm like waiting to see if anybody shows up, and then Professor Ryan, the big guy, he ran the gi class, and then I guess there was only two white belts that showed up for the 8:00 beginner class. So it's only like 2 people for the 8:00 class, and I'm looking. I'm like, I'm tired from the rolls, and I'm like, I'm good. So I end up just talking story for a little bit, and then
I'm sure it's been a while. You might as well.
Yeah. So I end up just talking story with the guys for a little bit, and then I mean, like the 8:00 class, one side didn't even have an 8:00 class, and then the other side had 2 white belts. So I was like,
were they expecting more attendance with the schedule? Like that's why they opened it up.
So then the following, so the next week I missed Tuesday again because Steph was still getting used to her schedule, and she like fixed an early dinner, and I'm like, man, I don't want to miss out on this dinner, so I have the dinner, and then
also it's like, well, my baby's here, my dog's here. Soon it'll be like the holidays.
Got a nice dinner. We're sitting out on the lanai.
The holidays are gonna be hard.
All right, I skipped that next Tuesday.
It's all about family during this time.
So I skipped that next Tuesday, and I come back the following Thursday. But since I did no gi last time, I'm like, all right, I'll go to the gi class. I'll do the gi class. And the gi. Yeah, and then I was talking to Professor Rexy, and I'm like, and then we were talking about like,
hey, where you been?
No, he didn't even say anything. So I don't know if he even knew that I was
even know you were gone.
I don't know, man. It was weird.
So wait, this was after class?
No, this was before class. I'm like talking to him before class because he was like saying that no gi was on the big side again and gi was on the small side, and he was like telling me like no gi on that side. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do gi today. I didn't tell him because I did no gi last week. I'm like, oh, today I'm gonna do gi, and then so we were talking, and I'm like, yeah, it's like just kind of getting used to the schedule, and I told him that I noticed like doesn't seem like too many people are coming to the 8 o'clock. And he's like, yeah, right now it's a little slow, but we're anticipating that it'll pick up and grow. But I'm in my head, I'm like, dude, even with the old schedule, nobody went to the 8 o'clock.
I think you should read the room, and if no one's showing up, reschedule and think again. I don't know. In my eyes
too,
I'm
because
not
I'm
gonna be like just waiting for people to show up and then it gradually gets bigger. I think if no one's showing up now, maybe I should
well, like that's what I mean. Like even at the old schedule, there was no 8 o'clock classes. So it seems like the same thing is happening now. There's no 8 o'clock class. So like when we were talking,
make it shorter so you can do 2 classes. Make bang for your buck, like how you did back in the day.
So then, like, you know, I suit up and then we bow in. Professor Rexy's not running the class. Professor Ryan is, and he another dude shows up, one of the other blue belts. He's like a 19-year-old dude. He's like,
wait, you said Professor Ryan is
he's running the class, but Professor Rexy's like on the side.
Just on the side.
Yeah, he's just
wearing his show you roll.
Yeah, well, wearing no-gi stuff, but it didn't look like
no,
Alliance.
Just remember the Alliance thing you were talking about before?
Yeah.
So
yeah, when I showed up to no-gi, I was wearing
roll?
my Alliance rash guard, and when I showed up to gi, I was wearing my Alliance gi. So anyway, the other dude came and he's like, I can't remember what he said, but he's like basically told the other dude that he's getting a stripe. And like while me and one of my other teammates were running out around the mat, he pointed at me and he's like, "You're gonna strike too." Like,
wait, while you're running, like you could see that he's pointing at you.
Oh yeah, he was me, and I was like, "What's going on?" So I came over. He's like, "No, after class, just don't leave without getting your stripe." I'm like, "Oh, thanks, Professor."
Wow.
But in my head, I'm like, "Dude, I've been gone for like 5 weeks."
Do you ever think like, I don't know, like professors, like they see so much movement in the gym all the time that you could be gone for like a while and come back and they think that you've been here the whole time?
That's what I'm thinking, because like he didn't say anything about like, "Oh, where you been?" And then he like, didn't. And especially with the new schedule, I feel like it's harder to keep track. And we were supposed to do the app, but the app's not happening.
Yeah. Apps, so that's funny. My school does it too, and they don't do it.
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
Even my coach, like when I was in San Fran, like I don't think he's the kind of person that looks at stories. So if I don't post on my actual Instagram, he won't really know what's going on. But when I left, like I don't know, it feels like I didn't even go the next week because I was like adjusting or something.
And he didn't even notice.
He even noticed I was gone. So it's just like, no, that's just how it is when you have a lot of students. Like,
I mean, I get it. Yeah, I get it. There's a lot of students, but it's just funny, like the timing of like my second class back, I get a stripe.
Because he wasn't even there to witness the nogi the other day. Huh?
No, he wasn't there when I was. And apparently he didn't notice that I was gone for like 5 weeks.
You guys have a time card?
No, that's what the the app was supposed to be. It was you were supposed to like, check in, and I think that was supposed to like keep track of your attendance.
We have the little dot on the time card.
You have you have a time card?
Yeah.
No, we don't have a time card.
How Gracie didn't have a time card. It's just basically like when promotion comes, they just look around. Oh, he's getting better.
Yeah.
Like there's a reason why they forgot to call my name. There's so much fucking students. They totally didn't even notice I was there that day.
I see.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. Pleasanton. Did they have time cards? No, they didn't do time cards there either.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I don't have a problem with it because, like, honestly, okay, so during the Nogi class.
Oh, sorry. Half Gracie did implement it somewhere along the line with the deep.
Oh, but not initially.
But people didn't even do that. excited.
Yeah, like I
Still, some
said, they
people don't
set
give
up
a
this.
shit.
Yeah, they set up
They
this
think
app and
my
they don't
skill
even.
based on my
Yeah,
skill, you know.
yeah, that's how I feel about it. Like, so during the no-gi class, I was struggling with escapes. So like that week, I was doing some independent research on escapes and stuff. So that was my focus when I
Mm.
went to class that day. And I'm glad I did, because like getting the stripe,
Oh,
and yeah, I was like during the
encourage.
rolls, I'm like, yeah, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm remembering, like, all right, how to get out of half side control, right, with the
Mm.
frames on the neck and on the hip, and recovering guard, and getting out of knee on belly, like holding the
Mm.
knee in the ankle. I'm like, okay, I'm at least I'm like making some progress at least, and
Yeah,
I'm not getting
flailing.
this strike for nothing. Even though it
Mm.
felt like that, and I'm like, I'm doing my part. I'm doing my
Yeah.
part.
Back to time tracking, like, I guess it's somewhat it has its benefits. Like I was thinking about my school. There's a guy in Open Man. He's really good, but he's a little bigger than me, so he's a lot of strength. But
Hmm.
his game is pretty technical. But I was like, man, when are you gonna get your purple? Because
Oh, because he's a
he
blue.
was yeah. And he's like, I think I would have got it by now, but I only show up to the open mat and the Warrior Wednesday where they just
Oh.
roll. And
Mm,
he doesn't learn as much, so they actually notice that, so they're not promoting him. Even though he
mm,
is skilled, like he could be purple belt material, he's not
hmm.
advancing his understanding
He's
of
not.
the game.
Yeah, he's
So
not coming to regular classes.
it's good to track your understanding. Like these, at least these dots at least tell you like, hey, this person at least like learned
Was there
something
for
today.
this day or whatever.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah. But I don't know, how do you feel like if you have such a strong understanding of certain moves and you redefine that and you're more efficient? I mean, you could be a black belt, but not obtaining more knowledge about your art, does that kind of hinder you too?
I think so, right? Because like it's a constant learning process, and even though like you might not like take these things to be part of your game, I think it's a good thing to at least be aware of these different positions and different moves from different positions. Not
Mm.
saying that you'll use it in like competition or something, but
Yeah.
hey, at least you know what it's about, and you have an awareness of it.
Hmm. Yeah.
I don't know, especially if if you get to that black belt level, and you're supposed to be like a professor, a coach. Like if you have these holes that you don't like know about, then it's kind of like
You
it kind
choose
of
to
like
like you choose not to like address them like
yeah, you're a
because
little bit too much of a specialist in a certain area, and not really like being like versatile, I feel like. So yeah, I mean, I feel like that makes sense.
I had a purple belt in Pleasanton. Like I think maybe he thought he was supposed to be brown. Just
Hmm.
assumption. Like he's good, but like I could tell his game was always knee on belly someone and like stay there and like
Mm.
pull up with his knee and then the collar and then all you want to do is like just drive your knee into someone
Yeah,
and like I think he just never got promoted because like his game never like advanced from
yeah.
that one position. Like he never wanted to like try like practice back takes more or anything like that.
Hmm.
Like just like you said, a specialist, but it
Hmm.
kind of like hinders your learning
Yeah,
of the game.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sure
yeah.
he's not
Yeah.
like that now, but
At that
that
time.
time I saw him, it was like just neon belly all day.
Hmm.
Yeah,
One trick pony.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I remember like I was talking to Professor Ryan, and they were talking about one of the guys that he's a purple belt now, but that when he was a blue belt, he was so like he wasn't into like guard retention. He was into like being top,
Mount mount
yeah,
everyone.
mount, top position, guard passing, and he was saying that that's why he was a blue belt for a while, because he didn't expand his game into the, you know, the other side. So I'm like, huh.
Rexy told you that?
No, Professor Ryan told me that.
Well, it's
So
good.
I'm like,
He's giving you like
good to know.
fruit of wisdom, because he might see that in you, and if you're not aware of that
Maybe.
yourself,
I'm
not
aware.
like not that that particular thing. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, maybe an aspect.
But no, definitely. I
Like,
mean, that's
side control,
my
you're like, oh, I gotta look up side control stuff, you know.
that's
Bottom
my
side
inclination. Like I still prefer to be on top. Like I don't know. I'm still struggling with like attacking from guard, or like
my favorite.
I still view it as more like a you know a defensive position.
The
And
guard.
I'm still like trying to still working on it.
Yeah. But hey, I mean, if I think about like character attributes and stuff, like if you looked at like a Street Fighter lineup and you choose your character, like your stats would be
The
like,
stats. Yeah.
like stand up, like wrestling, like top thing. So hey, I mean, you could also strengthen those. You can also learn more about, you know, you're a plant. Do whatever you want. Grow the way you want to, man.
Yeah, like
It's a long journey.
This past Thursday, again, I didn't go Tuesday because Tuesday they didn't have classes because it was Halloween.
Yeah.
But when I went to No-Gi this past Thursday, and some new guys, and yeah, the rolls were good, but like, yeah, I mean, when I get an opportunity to start standing, I stand up and see if my partner stands up with me.
If not, then you try to pass.
Yeah. But
it's
like,
good though, because your passing game gets better because you're always the one up.
But I was struggling. It's easy to pass the new guys, but dude, those upper belts, man, I can't get past them. This one dude.
What is the main thing that you grab or you like to latch onto? Like, let's say gi at least. Are you talking about no gi?
I'm talking. Well, yeah, for no gi, the knees, like the top of the knees, and I need to like remember to put my hand on their waist if I'm like trying to do like a knee cut or something.
Yeah,
like not being afraid.
Or something.
Yeah, or yeah, try to do an under.
Do you ever grab the pant legs?
Yes, not at the bottom, like around the knees.
I grab them. I grab them all the way in the bottom. When I'm passing.
Yeah.
Like, let's say they're doing the sit, just they're sitting, or even if they have their back on the ground, right? Like, I always grab like their opposite pant leg, and then I just do like a lawnmower this way. It's like a Tori on the pant. I love doing that, and if I can't because they like move their body, then like I go around the other way, or But I love that grip. Either opposite leg, and I go that way, same leg, but sometimes the knee. I don't grab the knee one too much. But
all right,
I was just wondering.
I'll give it a try.
Yeah, it's interesting because I never paid attention to like what I normally hold on to until I brought awareness to it, you know.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, if it doesn't work with your game, don't do it. But
I'll give it a try. I mean, like, because I am like, especially like guys of a certain level, I have a hard time passing their guard. Like this purple belt dude, he like just like schooled me on Thursday. Like, I don't know, man. How many times did he submit me? Like 4 times in the 6 minutes. It's just like,
I had a purple belt do that to me too. And it's like when I'm a purple belt, it's like, why are you a purple belt? If you can do this to me 4 times, it's like, I think you are not a purple belt. Like,
yeah, but you're still a newer purple belt. Like, remember I told you that's how I felt when I first got the blue belt, and I'm like, dude, there's these guys that are like blue belts that are closer to purple that are just like beating the shit out of me, and we're supposed to be the same belt.
Yeah,
they're both purple belts now, but But so I feel better about that.
Yeah.
But it's just that there's a, it's a spectrum, and there's different. That's why there's the stripes, right? I mean, it indicates where you are in that belt level.
Yeah.
It's just such a large disparity.
I used to be of the camp like, fuck stripes, because that's how my first school started. Because they didn't really give it out. But I don't know where I'm at right now. I'm like, I wouldn't mind having some stripes just to like give me that little boot up.
Yeah,
like,
because it's a little. That's how I felt. Like I was like, oh, now that I'm a blue belt, I'm like, I don't care about stripes. But then when he gave me the stripe, I'm like, I mean, it's a good indication. I'm like, all right, so that means I'm like this far into being a blue belt.
1/4. You're 1/4 there.
Yeah, I've finished the first. Well, I guess it's technically like 5, right? Because the blank is the first.
Yeah.
So I'm on level 2.
2/5.
2 of 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm 1/5 done.
Nice.
So
yeah, like Monday they had, because I couldn't do class on Tuesday because of Halloween.
Yeah.
But
I was gonna go Monday, but I didn't.
I was gonna go Monday, but then I read that like, hey, bring your costumes. Like, I don't want to do no costumes.
Yeah, I didn't want to get involved with no Halloween shit.
Like, I can go and get shitted for not dressing up,
or
I could just not go.
Yeah. That's
so I'll just go on Wednesday, and so I went on Wednesday. It was nice, but I was like, I didn't have a meeting on Thursday, so I was like, I feel like going to Jitsu
to make up
at 12 p.m. Just like get some learning. I didn't learn anything. I rolled, but
because Wednesday is just a roll day. I see.
I was craving knowledge, so okay. Told my boss take a long lunch because I'm doing jits, and I show up and I was the only one there. So it was basically a private with my coach.
Free private. Yeah.
I was like, hey, I actually, it's really nice because he teaches a move, and if I have a question, I can just answer right there, and he responds to it. And when you're like, there's 20 people, maybe I'd like not want to like speak up.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Sounds kind of stupid. I'll ask him when he comes around.
Yeah.
But there's a chance he might not come around because there's a lot of students, right? So yeah, I got some valuable nuggets that day.
Nice. And so it's good that you went.
Yeah, things like he showed a lesson, something to do with turtle, like in a turtle position, like have the tricep, and you do like a little tripod to like bring them down thing. And he also showed if that fails, you can do the duck under thing from turtle. I'm sure you do that in wrestling too, right? When someone has you in a front headlock, and then you like kind of like do like just like a side step underneath them.
Okay.
I don't know what it's called.
But... yeah, kind of like a duck under. Yeah,
duck under. So I thought that was pretty good because now that and in my next role, I'm probably gonna notice that.
Nice.
Then I like to do this mounted side control armbar thing I do, and the last 20 minutes. Oh, the baby, she has to check on it. Yeah,
that's got it.
Okay. I'm
off the clock.
Just checking. I didn't know if you had to go do dad duty.
No.
So the last 20 minutes, he's just like, hey, if there's any questions. So I asked him about this move I have good success in, but I was asking how can I make this stronger so like the guy doesn't try to scramble out or something. But he helped me with some details, and yeah, I feel like next time I get on the mat, I'm gonna apply that, and we'll see how it goes. But I was gonna ask you, do you have a preference on class size? Like, do you find more benefit in a smaller class, or do you like bigger class?
Yeah, like previously I would have said I prefer a big class to have more people to roll with at the end.
For the
But
rolling purpose, right?
yeah, but on last Thursday, the gi class, there was only like maybe it started off with only 2 of us, and then it ended up being like 6 at the end by the end, and it was nice having a smaller class because then Professor Ryan can
More
give us
attention.
more one-on-one time, and it was
Yeah.
good. I loved it.
Beneficial, right?
I did enjoy the smaller class. And
Yeah.
even Professor Rexy was saying, take advantage of the smaller classes because it's like getting a free private when it was just the 2 of us. So then I'm like, maybe I should partake in these smaller classes at 8:00.
Oh, I mean,
Because
if
that's
you have
it.
if you look at it as like, hey, because there's less people, that means I can roll less and actually just learn, and because the actual movements of certain things, they don't take a lot of energy.
Yeah,
It's all that rolling and
rolling.
stuff that
And
is
that's what I've been feeling like the last 3 weeks after the class at 6:30 when it finishes at 8.
yeah.
There's not that many people show up for 8:00. There's only like a couple people, and then I'm like fucking tired after rolling. So then I'm like, I'm good.
No, because you also imagine, oh, are they gonna expect us to roll after this class where I'm already pre-exhausted and you're a fresh person over here?
Yeah. I mean, that's how it was when I was doing the back-to-back classes, but it was different when it was only an hour. Yeah. There's a lot more rolls now with the longer classes, but yeah, I think I prefer the smaller classes for like learning.
Yeah. So variety is nice. Variety is spice of life. I like the single one, but if I had it every day, my game would probably my cardio would suck because I'm not rolling.
Yeah.
So yeah, I need
variety
both in my life.
Yeah, it makes sense. Variety makes sense.
Yeah. Cool, man. Back. You want to take a little break?
I'll use a bathroom break.
Yeah. Let me get some coffee and use the bathroom.
Cool.
See ya. Hey, Daddy-o.
What's up? Future Daddy-o.
Future Daddy-o. It's crazy. I feel like I was just where you were kind of at when I visited you. I don't know when you did your gender reveal, but
I'd like 20 something weeks.
20 weeks. So you're saying you knew from the first ultrasound or whatever time they wrote the thing and they accidentally said something?
Yeah, I think Steph kind of knew, and the way Steph said it made me kind of, so we both kind of knew it was a boy.
Yeah. So like I told you, Janice accidentally found out, so yeah, me and my family will be the ones to
find out.
And it's been crazy. I don't know why I was just like, man, just pondering, it's such a pivotal moment where the shift of your thoughts of your future is like all of a sudden you're picturing a certain gender.
Yeah, because right now you don't really.
It's like an enigma. I don't understand it right now. It's like Howard Enigma.
I know how you
Edward
mean.
Enigma.
I know how you feel. But even honestly, even after we found out it's a boy, there was still that it was still what's he gonna look like? I wanted, because it's still a blank slate kind of, even though it's a boy. I don't know what.
So it's kind of like, oh man, the reality, and then I get used to it. And then it's it's really gonna happen. The next thing I know is
meet this baby.
I sense footstep kicking and stuff. Oh shit. Okay, it's happening. It's right here,
Yeah.
And I think we're 1 week away or something where I can start singing to the womb and they could actually hear my voice. So that's crazy too. Sick. Did you have can you sense bonding yet, or is it too soon?
Yeah, it's a little soon because he like at first he's not even really able to like focus as far as looking. Like only now recently within the last week he's like you can tell that he's actually looking at you versus
How
before
much
he was just
hair does your kid have?
a decent amount. He came out with hair on his head.
Oh,
Like almost like a male pattern baldness.
oh
Like it's
really?
heavier on the sides and then a little sparse on top.
My Janice's friend recently gave birth like 2 days ago or something.
Mm-hmm.
But her baby has like so much hair. I'm like, damn, that's a lot of hair on that baby. I had no idea they could
Yeah.
have so much hair like starting out.
Yeah, I mean it all grows, right? Just like the
Yeah.
nails.
Yeah. For some reason, I just thought they were all
Bald.
short, not like
Some
full
babies
on
are
bald, but
bald.
like
Some are.
yeah, yeah. Is there an average for hair or anything, or not really?
I have no idea.
Hmm.
I have no idea. I'm glad he has hair. Not that I wouldn't want
Hey.
a bald baby.
A Mr. Clean baby. Yeah, her friend actually gave birth sooner than she expected.
Oh, okay. So
So
early.
yeah, I want to say like 2 months or a month and a half or something.
Oh wow, that's
Like
really
super early.
yeah.
And like she gave birth and then she had to leave the baby in ICU for a week.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, man, I can't even imagine being gone for your baby for a whole week.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah.
Does that? I guess it doesn't do anything to your psyche. Like
No, it's just
you don't
harder
have a psyche yet.
because baby's still not the reason why they do that because baby's still not fully developed, right?
Oh, you
Baby's
want to
not
make it
really
still like you're in the womb feeling?
yeah. Mm-hmm. Because like baby's not ready to come out until like I think 39 weeks is what they consider full term. Like all the development in the womb is done.
Fascinating. I'm sure there's cases where it went way past that and you're like, my baby's becoming like too old in my belly.
Now I feel like these days they induce labor if
you pass.
before it was like 42 weeks, but seems like now a lot of doctors are prefer to induce at 41 weeks. So like we had an appointment to have labor induced the following Thursday, like a week after her due date, but luckily he came before then.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Inducement.
Yeah, because I think the risk for infant mortality goes up if they stay in a little too long because the womb, the amniotic sac, I guess, has a shelf life and the placenta has a shelf life. So then I think their access to oxygen is reduced if it goes too far beyond the due date. So they don't get enough oxygen.
The female body naturally just want to get it out on its own.
You would think, right? Like Mother Nature should know best on when it's time. It's like one of Steph's friends. She didn't give birth until until 42 weeks, and she refused having labor induced because it is a guesstimate. When they say like your due date, it's based on your last period, but it's best. I don't really know.
Mother knows best. Mother Nature, I mean. Yeah.
So
no one's inducing my baby.
Yeah, and I mean we didn't have to like. Even like before she went into labor, we had an appointment with the doctor, right? And she wanted to do what was it called? Something sweep. It's like something that helps encourage labor to start, but we were like, no, we don't want to do that.
How much more does it cost me, huh?
It doesn't cost anymore, but it's just like,
that is
we
like,
wanted
what are you trying to nickel and dime me?
we wanted a little more time. We wanted when he's ready.
Hey, you're just trying to make us not get here till midnight, huh? That's why. Try to sweep me. Let me sweep your leg.
Give my body back.
Johnny Cream Puff. Yeah. So, man, since we've exhausted the baby talk and the jits talk, what would
I got
you
a
like
little
to
more
talk?
jits.
Oh,
I
you
got
got
a
a little more
question.
jits?
Yeah, I got a
what
question
jits
for
you got?
you. So, like, okay, so when you were like getting ready to compete, I think you said your school they have like competition classes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did
Like
you like start
Saturdays
regularly?
where it's more like, hey, we're gonna remind you of the rules. We're gonna put you in like back take situation. We'll put you in like different like you're gonna be bottom side control for this one, and we'll give you 2 minutes. Whoever either that person's down there for 3 minutes while people switch,
Mm.
or maybe it's like that king of the hill, that person stays or something.
Okay.
But it's talking about tournament situations, like what would happen if you double guard pull, things like that. Who would get the point, like the vantage point, things like that. And yeah, I don't know if you do any rolling, because it's basically just little live training from certain areas. But that's how my classes run, at least. So you're wondering about tournament classes for you?
Well, yeah, like I mean, I'm not going to be competing through the holidays, but like into next year, I was considering, starting to sign up for some tournaments again. And I was with the
Nice.
new schedule, like Wednesdays, they have like an advanced comp class, gi and no gi. So I was like, oh, maybe I should, if I'm going to compete, maybe I should check those days out
Nice.
and
Are you
see.
gonna do both of them again at the same time?
I don't know. We'll find out. I don't know. Like, I feel like I got lucky that with that last one having two small brackets. Maybe I'll judge it on like how big the brackets look. Because I remember being fucking super tired after just that one match. And I had to
how
pull
about
in.
like the whole day, like because you were there, like
Yeah, and then I had to wait for Guy to go, which was good. It gave me time to recover, so it wasn't the worst thing. So I don't know. I guess it depends.
play it by ear.
Yeah, like I mean, honestly, if I'm like giving you my whole like lofty ambitions here, like I'm considering wanting to do masters.
Oh yeah, the Vegas
Yeah,
one.
yeah. So I'm
That'd be
like, I mean, obviously I have to enter some local ones to kind of
wet my
ramp
whistle.
up to it. So just kind of like thinking about, all right, so that then maybe I should like switch to Wednesdays, going on Wednesdays if they have comp class that day. So I don't know.
Well,
I mean, it makes sense. I feel like it makes sense.
I know my instructor wants to go again next year, because he did that last time. And I think he wants to like bring the whole team down, so that might be something too. I might be seeing you in Vegas or something,
My man.
That'd be fun.
So
yeah, that'd be good for you, Wednesday class.
I mean, if it's kind of weird because like, so Coach Ryan, he's like a big proponent of going to the classes for your level. Like white belts go to the beginner classes, blue belts go to the intermediate class, and then purple and above go to the advanced class. But like the way that class is labeled, it's labeled advanced comp class. So I'm like, well,
I want to compete.
I want to compete. I'm not a purple belt, but there's no intermediate comp class. There's only an advanced comp class. So I'm like, well, I mean, it'd be beneficial. Yeah, they're not gonna, I'm not saying that they're going to kick me out, but he's like, and he wasn't saying that they're going to kick you out. It's just more so like, for development on like focusing on things you should be focused on. I'm like, well, I mean, I think focusing, if I'm trying to compete, I think I should go to the comp class. So just wanted to pick your brain about it.
Hey man, I mean, I think that's good for you. I'm glad you have ambition for your jits, everything. what is that shrug?
It's like, have you been seeing that Kevin James meme going around?
No.
Like it's like a meme on Instagram now. A lot of jiu-jitsu memes about it too.
Is it ramping up?
It seems like it. Let me see. Kevin James.
Is it the modern day
BJJ.
Elon Musk like smoking weed thing where
yeah, I feel like I see like so many different memes with that same picture of Kevin James. And I'm like,
and Kevin James is the mall cop guy?
Yeah, mall cop guy. But it was it was like a picture from, oh no. That's not what I was searching. BJJ meme. Yeah, it was like a picture from King of Queens. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I found it.
It's a good show. I mean, when I'm on the hotel and it's playing, I like to.
Yeah, I used to enjoy watching it.
I don't go to watch it like now. Like but when I'm in a hotel.
Yeah, I enjoyed the show. How do I? What is it? I forgot how to do this already.
Present.
Mm-hmm.
Present button.
Yes.
Share screen.
Okay.
And then you have to share
dude.
The
rust
tab.
Yeah, so like this picture of him, I feel like it's everywhere.
That's funny. That's what your that's what your feed is showing you.
Yeah, it showed me that.
Remember when I was getting all this Jack Black? I'm like, why do I keep saying this? This is your version, like.
What I'm seeing, the ones I'm seeing is all related to jiu-jitsu. Let's see if I can find it. I hate that the search button on Instagram isn't as good as Google. It's like it doesn't know what I'm talking about a lot of the time. I guess maybe if I just put BJJ meme, maybe it will pop up, hopefully, since it's everywhere on my feed.
Yeah.
But just like how you weren't seeing the belt collector, all those posts.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. I'm telling you, it fed it to me.
Jiu-jitsu memes. That's hilarious. I see more like Tom DeBlas and like all this like police training shit and all that type of stuff. I see that.
I've seen this one. This is how I felt on Thursday.
You after every jiu-jitsu, you suck.
That's how I felt.
I don't feel that all the time, but I did tell you if I go in with a crappy attitude, the chances are it's a crapshoot that
not have a good go.
It depends. Sometimes I'm feeling crappy. I come out and like, oh,
not bad.
I need this. Yeah.
Kevin James. That's how I was feeling on Thursday, though, for sure. I was like, God, man, I just got beat up by these upper belts. Like I can't do shit. All right, never mind. You saw the picture. That's what it is.
That's too funny. Nice. Yeah. Anything else, Jits, you want to talk about?
Dude, did you hear about this whole like Naga trans women competing against women in Georgia? Naga, did you hear about that?
So that's a thing that happened with Naga.
Well,
A
okay,
trans
so
woman?
I'm kind of confused because like I saw a couple stories on it, and that's what it was saying. But then Naga had like a response saying that it wasn't at a Naga event. But then I saw like somewhere that they had changed their rules or something. So it was kind of I was kind of confused on what
Like,
exactly
they're
happened.
saying that it's not in a Naga event. Is there any pictures of this person? And maybe they saw
Well,
like a picture of them in a Naga event, like behind something. Maybe that's I don't know.
well, okay. So there's this article that came out on Redux.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna share it right now, and I mean, here it is. So exclusive: women abandon Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament after being forced to fight males. And you got a couple pictures of couple
The guy,
trans
okay,
women.
that person on the right, and then that person on the right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So the article says that female martial artists have come forward to reveal that male athletes claiming to be transgender have completely overtaken the women's categories of a major grappling association, leaving them fearful for their safety in many instances. One of the men, Carissa Griffin, took home 4 gold medals in the women's category during a tournament in Georgia on October 21st. Naga is the largest.
Naga.
Hmm?
Naga.
I mean, there's the pictures, right? So, like, but yeah, I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, those look like legit pictures.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And then they have, like, right there.
Oh, that I seen that one.
Yeah.
Was this
So,
open division? I mean the absolute, because
yeah, I think this was absolute. North American Grappling Association has revised their gender identity policy after a 35-pound female jiu-jitsu athlete was matched to compete against a 200-pound trans-identified male. So I mean, those are Naga mats. So it did happen.
but that is not the same girl. So that's why they're saying it's not that event, because
The same
that's a
girl.
bigger girl. That's a bigger girl than
Then the
that
picture,
other one that you showed me, right?
the one on top.
Yeah. That's
Oh yeah, different. So yeah,
so
who's to say? But I mean, yeah, I don't know what division, right?
that
It's
looks like a
hard.
different person.
Yeah, it's hard to say what division, but that's pretty definitive.
Well,
But I think the girl won this one.
oh yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the dude?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, those are both. So the one on the left was the dude.
Huh?
That
On which
one, the
picture?
one in that pink, that was the same
Yeah,
one that was up on the top on the left. So
on the right or on which picture are you talking about?
no, the girl in the purple right now, or
Yes. Uh-huh.
if you
It's the
scroll up
same
all the way to the
one
top, is the same one on the left.
on this one or this one.
Yeah, it's not the
These
same
are
one.
both trans. I think these are both trans.
Oh, they're both trans.
I think they're both
At first, I
trans.
thought it was just the guy on the right. See, that's how much I'm getting fooled.
I think they're both trans.
Man. All right. Well, what do we do with that?
Well, okay, so then
So
like
is
Naga.
Naga, they're changing their stuff.
Well, from the story that I saw, wait, the story. What did it say in the story? Let's see. Blah blah blah. Somewhere it said that Naga had changed their rules that trans-identified trans women need to compete in the men's division.
I mean, it seems kind of fair. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. But despite Naga's September claim that its policy was to inform female athletes, to inform them.
To be honest, Miguel, if I told you I was a woman right now,
Mm-hmm.
even with my shaved head, and I really like why? Just because I don't look like a woman, I can't identify, right? That's the thing. So when I go and sign up and I beat a woman, I
Yeah,
shouldn't
yeah.
expect
You
any
can look
backlash.
exactly. Well, and
I
that's
don't
what there was an example of, like, I guess a Canadian weightlifter, trans athlete that broke the female record. So then this other guy identifying as a woman didn't just, dress like himself, identified as a woman, then broke that record.
So we're just accepting this. I mean, Naga's not accepting this, apparently, right? They changed.
Well, okay, so here's Naga's statement. On October 27th, an article entitled Exclusive Women Abandon Brazilian Jiu Jitsu Tournament After Being Forced to Fight Males was published on the Redux website. This article focused on Naga, but in turn used instances that took place at other tournaments that was not promoted by Naga. The article is quoted from two athletes who competed against transgender competitors. These matches did not take place at a Naga tournament. Maybe the organization forced these two competitors to go with a transgender competitor. We don't know. The only thing related to Naga in the whole section of the article was that Cordelia did compete in our tournament. We reached out to the author to ask that they edit and retract these statements. They edited a photo to say it was from the other event and edited a reference to Naga. We feel the article still implies that these situations took place at Naga and ask that they be edited to retract. The editor has, at this time, declined to do so.
You just don't want to be associated with this. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, we saw pictures of there was Naga mats and Naga medals.
Yeah.
Let's see. The article has quotes from Jaden A was mentioned as dropping out from a Naga Georgia tournament due to concerns of males being in the division. She competed in the tournament against females and took second place. She may have been speaking of joining the absolute division open weight. No one reached out to us to say there were transgender competitors in the division. It is not the competitors' responsibility to police our events. But if they had contacted us, we would have implemented our policy and made the transgender competitors compete with the men or gave them a refund. Okay. So yeah, they're not denying that they would have made. Now they're going to make the trans athletes compete in the men's division.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like this is the first instance that I've seen of like
backlash to,
like, well, in the jiu-jitsu world, but then like for the association to say that the trans athletes would need to compete in the men's division. Because, like, I mean, we saw like the whole Leah Thomas thing. That was NCAA. And like that, remember the weightlifter from the Olympics? That was the Olympics. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. So
you think they're gonna, because it's so rampant now, they're gonna make stuff this year? I hope.
I mean, it seems like it. If Naga's making this line in the sand,
and also how people are just feeling about entertainment in general. Like if we're crazy about it, entertainment now, and we're speaking up about it, it's gonna lead to sports eventually. Because
yeah, I mean, it wasn't. I mean, it has been in sports, and it's crazy that like,
but not like enough outrage to it.
It doesn't. Yeah, it's crazy that there wasn't
like you and me outrage, but the general
for years.
Census,
I mean, when was that Olympics? That was in 2021. That was like 2 years ago.
But now that we notice woke agenda being pushed, like there's more pushback, at least in entertainment. So I imagine when they're entertaining us with Olympics, I'm like, can you believe this? So there's a chance. You never know.
Yeah, I
Was the
mean,
next Olympics again?
next year.
Yeah. So see
We'll
what
see.
the waters are like then. But it
Yeah,
seems like
right.
it's tipping more to like unwokish things now.
Yeah, I mean, maybe people finally reached their breaking point with it. The Panderverse.
Yeah. Did you get to watch it?
Mm-mm.
Oh man, maybe one day, but it's
Yeah,
fun.
it looks good though.
A lot of shitting on Kathleen Kennedy.
I know.
Kathleen,
I watched
The-
the
the-
Critical Drinker and their products
Right.
video on it.
Oh, well, they basically explain the episode, but it's a good episode.
Yeah. Dude, it's so funny. The city shitty walk, the
Yeah.
Chinese food was like a black lady talking with the Chinese accent.
The fact that they replaced Cartman, right? So you think that's weird enough, but then you also see
everybody,
a world
right?
where it's all diverse women and
Yeah.
it's like the future, and it's like
so
so
funny.
fun. And then while this is going on, like everyone's out of work because of AI. Stan's dad is dealing with that. It's basically like you took your dribs type of shit, but
Yeah.
the handyman starts getting all rich because no one knows how to do anything. And it was a funny just battle against AI and then Kathleen Kennedy. Just good topics.
Nice.
Good stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. And it's funny though, like I never watched a South Park in a while, but it was very entertaining. I mean, I wouldn't watch it all the time, but when they hit on a cultural like tone, like what's going on, when it feels like the last 2 years it was just like I was the only one noticing, and I was like, okay, I guess this is happening. Like, should I mention this to Miguel that I see another like it's a black lady as the the fairy godmother or some shit? Like you're like, oh, of course. Like
Pinocchio.
You got like you gave up at one point and you just accepted it.
Yeah.
But then it feels like everyone too was like that. But then just I think with the Hollywood strike and Rachel Zegler coming, like all this, like, all this came up.
Look,
screw you. And then the Daily Wire making a Snow White, and it's like,
they're making a Snow White.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
with Brett Cooper.
Who
knows if it's real?
Yeah,
but it's really just to rile up Disney. Seems like everyone's in the dog pile. Get like Disney, get them.
Disney's the worst offender. Well, because like
even Pixar CCO, the guy who runs Pixar, he's like, I blame them. It's not our storytelling.
Put
it's them.
Make her gay. Put a chicken in, make her gay.
And then like you're the reason why no one goes to see our stuff in the theaters because you put it on Disney Plus and made it free. I blame you.
Yeah, I mean it's not a lie. I mean like everything they've just cheapened the Disney brand. Like pre-COVID, Disney was like the top dog, and then like as soon as the pandemic happened and Disney Plus came out, they just like saturated the market with all their crap and just
also
it was
when
crap.
Yeah. Also, like, did you feel when they bought Star Wars and Marvel at that time that it wasn't gonna like affect anything?
Yeah, and initially,
because Disney knows how to make good things. That's what I thought. And now the light is Disney just buys everything and then produces shit. So now if someone were to get bought out by Disney, I'd be like, oh, rather than excited. Like, they tarnished their brand.
Yeah,
I didn't view them this way before.
No, I had no idea until was that you that sent me that video on, or did I send you that video? I can't remember. Somebody sent somebody a video about how like Disney just acquires all these other properties and basically like Just
I don't
drives
know.
everything into the
I
ground.
don't know if you even sent that, but I sent you that moon guy with that TikTok. Like, I went down this rabbit hole with that guy, but it's everything is like doom and gloom with his videos.
Mhm.
So I had like a week or two where I just watched his shit. Like, can you believe BlackRock? They own everything, and like TikTok, they're watching everything. Like, it made me like not want to be on social media or like shit like
Yeah.
that.
I've noticed
So
you haven't been posting anything.
yeah, I've been kind of mysterious lately.
Mr. Mysterious.
Yeah, like shave my head, not even
Yeah,
tell
I
anyone.
know. I saw the Harry Potter party, and I'm like, Nate has a shaved head.
I realized like
Ugh,
even if the I stop, like my presence online is still felt
you can't
because
hide.
I can't hide with
Not
anyone.
with your family.
So it's just like I'm here. Yeah. So
Because I mean, I saw the post from Janice and your sister.
yeah, Janice posted it too, and I
Yeah.
feel bad. Like they tag me, so
Mhm.
like I go on just to like repost, but
Yeah.
like I don't like looking. Like
Mhm.
the thing is, it's just like here I am in the toilet or something, or I'm on the bed just, and then I see everyone like happy and smiling, and I'm like, shit, like
Look at
look at
me.
my life.
Look at me. Just taking a
So
shit.
look at my shit. So I'm focusing on myself a little more. I don't know. This is how I am right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Like, who
mean,
knows
like,
what I'll be in a month? I don't know.
I haven't posted anything myself in a long time. A lot of it is Steph posting collaborations.
Yeah. I was telling Janice like I would like to make a Haywood family Instagram
Mm.
where it's not searchable by anyone, like unless I actually give you my username,
Mm.
like you won't see it.
Mm.
And like just close family and friends that actually want to see like our pictures.
Mm-hmm.
But like yeah, just for us. Like, hey, this is where we keep our photo album to show people,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
I was thinking that. I'll still post like my kid here and there on my page, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like you said, you don't want to show too much.
Yeah.
To like
Like,
randos, I mean, at least, or people
yeah.
that aren't
Oh, and the fact that
important.
you already have a number of followers. It's like, well, what are you gonna do? Purge them?
Yeah, but that's just an idea. Or I'll just keep all the photos to myself, and
Yeah.
if the people I love are interested, they'll ask, "Hey, what's going on?" You know?
Gotta see the baby.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so since we're talking about like transgender stuff, I was gonna keep it
Mhm.
going. There's I've been not trying to like watch as much like drama type of shit, but
Me too.
this piqued my interest. I
Oh
assume
boy.
too you didn't like want to watch certain things because like I'm focusing on positivity with my child and whatever.
Yeah, I kind of taken a break.
Like don't want to focus
But
on
it's
Israel
also
and Palestine.
it's
Palestine.
it's hard not to. Yeah, it's hard
Yeah.
not to. It's happening whether you're paying attention or not.
Yeah. This one was funny. I mean, not funny, but it's just literally someone who videotapes them at a restaurant,
Mm-hmm.
and if someone accidentally calls that person a sir, they're like, "How dare you!" Like that. Every video is just him being upset.
What?
Don't want you guys to go leave him comments or anything like that. Let's just watch the content and see how we feel about it.
Like he's having a nice feast.
She, her.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all good.
But it was not all good.
I use she, her pronouns. I'm not sir.
Oh,
Yeah, like it's like a knife in the heart.
Knife in the heart.
I did specifically ask ahead of time not to be called sir. Yeah, I'm just gonna go.
Oh my gosh, as you should. In that first video where the person says he, by the way, it's she, but it's all good. You should have stopped there. You shouldn't have gone on to say, but it's not all good, or, this feels like a knife in the heart. Obviously, these people are not going out in their daily lives to purposefully disrespect somebody. And if you're me or you think like I do, I don't even see that as a form of disrespect. I see that as a form of acknowledging reality. And it seems as though that person was particularly apologetic when it came to using the wrong pronouns in this case. It should be just to stop there, move on, eat your food, and go about your business.
The Sweetwater starts at okay. I'm so
sorry. I apologize.
It's just always like a knife. It always hurts every single time. I was wondering if there's a manager I could talk to about something that happened. Yeah, I was called sir. Oh, okay. It just really sucks every time it happens. I don't need to be called ma'am. I just need to not be called sir.
Is your chosen name Karen?
Does she get a free meal? Do you think that gets her free meal?
I could see that. See that.
Sorry, I offended you. We'll give you a free meal. You think that's a thing that she likes to do?
I could totally see that.
Did you call me sir? I just want to tell you that the person who gave me this called me sir.
What?
Call me sir.
It's already. Is it too much for?
No. It's just like. Well, okay. First of all, you got your fucking camera set up, right?
Yeah. So you're waiting for
looking.
You're
baiting. You want this to happen.
You want your TikTok to be filled with this. Basically.
Yeah.
It's just like it kind of just hurts a lot to get called sir.
A knife in the heart.
Very good. Thank you so much. No. Oh, yeah. Thank you. I'm not a sir.
I mean, your fucking voice.
Like a good misgendering. It is a knife in the gut when I
right. It's like you want everyone to bend to your will, and then you're expressing your power to like, hey, I'm not a sir. Okay.
But you sound like a sir.
So you want people to like, oh, excuse me.
I guarantee like all these people, it's an honest mistake. They're not like, I'm gonna call you. It's like you sound like a sir. Yeah. You look like a sir, so they call you a sir, and now you're.
I don't know if you want to watch more. It's really cringy, right?
We can.
Do you want to see more?
Yeah, whatever. Let's keep watching. It's just like it's just.
I don't know if you're too cringe.
No, it's fine because it's just like the more that's shown, the more it illustrates how disingenuous
doing it on
is.
Purpose, right?
Yeah.
I get called sir.
But it feeds the audience that she wants.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying she.
Why would you assume that he is a him? Did he tell you what his preferred pronouns were before you started referring to him as him? It must be pointed out that this individual is constantly going to restaurants, setting up a phone to film himself eating, and then catching these moments. It's almost as though he anticipates these moments happening and thinks, this may be good for social media content. And if he can anticipate these moments of misgendering happening and the moments of apology from the servers and waitresses who are taking care of him, maybe he can also acknowledge the reality that most people are going to make the mistake, if we can even call it that, of referring to him, as that is what most people see. And it's almost as if you are imposing, or at least attempting to impose, a new...
You want to interject?
No, I mean, I completely agree. It's like...
You're like smiling like...
Yeah. That's exactly what I said, right? Like the fact that the camera is set up at multiple restaurants just to get this gotcha moment. Reaction. It's like, is it really a knife in your heart that you are taking the time to set your camera up to record this incident that you're anticipating that happens? I find it hard to believe that it's a knife in the heart if you're doing that to yourself. If it was really a knife in the heart, you wouldn't be putting yourself in that situation.
Yeah. I think she got onto this platform. She got a lot of response from being transgender or whatever, and she's like, oh, I'm gonna make transgender stuff. Maybe the first one was by mistake, and she's like, man, I should have recorded this is perfect. And then she just kept doing it. And I'm being respectful. I'm saying she, right? I respect you.
White men. Fucking white men.
I do remember when I worked at Razor Concepts, and this has nothing to do with transgender, but there was a lady a black lady that had a shaved head, kind of like the wife of someone you shouldn't talk about. You got slapped. And I was helping her. I was like,
Uh-huh.
do you need help, sir? I mean, ma'am. And I see the look like I already
Yeah,
did it,
you did.
and
Yeah.
just like, no, I'm okay. But I'm like, oh crap, I feel so bad. Why did I do
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
So I genuinely feel bad. That first video, that person, excuse me, like I didn't mean
Mhm.
to, like, but you have to like keep it going and be like, let me talk to your manager, knife in the heart. I can't believe you did that to me. And like she said, didn't need to be done.
Mhm. Yeah, I
Who
mean,
distorted reality
Oh, sorry.
yeah, no.
onto other people, as if the world revolves around you, as if you have some sort of sense of entitlement to the language that people use. They are not the ones committing this act of disrespect in this moment. He is, in fact, the one committing an act of disrespect. It seems as though in these videos, every single person is attempting to just do their job, and they're attempting to do it respectfully, which is why they're using phrases like sir and ma'am. They're going out of their way to try and be respectful.
What do
And
you
this
want, huh?
guy, due to his own distorted view of reality, is trying to police their language. But let's keep watching. Maybe it gets better.
Where do you think
That
she
hurt.
lives? New York?
It hurts more though, and it's not intentional because
Possibly.
it means like this is sir to him. I know you didn't mean it, but I'm not a sir.
I'm so sorry.
You have to
It's okay.
change your
I know you
hair
didn't mean it. It's just
so
you
he
know,
knows, right?
it hurts. I know when people clock me, it's fine, but like it does kind of hurt. Thank you. I'm not sir.
Yeah, because like
Not sir.
Not sir.
Not sir.
could be
The guy
yeah,
who
it could be
dropped
mistaken
the-
for a
the
gay guy,
food off, he called me sir
Yeah.
twice in a row.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
You know that, and
Thank you. I appreciate that.
What are they supposed to do? Say you're fired?
If you look like Robin Williams with a dress and long hair, people are still gonna think you look like Robin Williams, man.
yeah.
You just have distinct features. I mean, some ladies
It's funny
actually
because-
are guys, like type guys. They can
Mhm.
look like lady men because they have those features.
Yeah.
You can't get mad at everyone calling you a sir because they see it,
Yeah.
bitch.
With your deep ass voice.
I'm not a sir. No, not a sir. I'm not even gonna try to make my voice like a girl. Like, I'm gonna be like a guy and talk to you. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm sir.
Your voice is deeper than mine, man.
Does my voice matter? Huh?
Uh,
Were you gonna interject?
no, I was just gonna say that it's funny because this is the thing that like this is the same thing that made Jordan Peterson famous with the whole pronoun thing, because Canada was gonna make that a law, and he was like, you
What are
know,
you doing?
actively against it, and then like
That
that's like,
viral thing outside
yeah.
with him talking to the students.
That's the thing that put him on the map, and that was like what 6+ years ago,
It started in academia.
maybe 7 years, 8
Remember
years
we saw
ago?
that wokeism? It starts in the school.
Yeah. And now people are finally fucking waking up to it. It feels like.
It's like a spell, right? You don't notice you're under a spell.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we're on a spell right now. I don't know.
Well, like with I don't know if you mentioned the Israel-Palestine thing, like
Yeah.
that whole thing about like the students that were supporting the Hamas's attack, and like I don't know, now people are like now freaking out about what they're learning in these schools.
Because of the Hamas people, like,
Yeah, the
Supporting.
support of Hamas's attack, of like
interesting. Yeah.
the
Did you watch any of Channel 5 stuff? Because I know you were not looking at that stuff.
no, I haven't.
But he does like the Palestine rally,
Mm-hmm.
and then he did another one. It brought light to like why they're fighting over this land to me.
Mm-hmm.
All stems back to religion, right? So
Yeah, I mean,
holy religious
it's
battle.
the it's the Holy Land. I mean, it's been like contested land from like before Jesus.
Yeah. So just interesting. It's like the Warriors quote, how you guys are fighting for a little piece of turf.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, but it's the holy of the holies. But well, the thing that I like am I saw another video like because there's all this stuff about like nobody wanting to take the Palestinian refugees from Gaza, and I guess because like throughout recent history, like whenever these other Arab countries have taken them, their like organization like tries to overtake the current government.
All the immigrants that come,
yeah, the Palestinians,
they
yeah,
try to overtake the government that's helping them.
Yeah, basically, like their militants continue to like, you know, have their own army, and then they try to like have coups and try to overtake the existing governments. So that's why like all these other Arab countries don't want to take the Gazan refugees. So it's, I mean, then that like put it in my, you know, cleared it up for me as to like, why is there this big wall in the first place? Like, why is this border the way it is? Even because their border, the Gaza border, is only through two sides with Israel, but one side is with Egypt, and Egypt's another Arab country. But why doesn't Egypt want to take these refugees? And I guess that's why, because these people are they're radicals, man.
Yeah, crazy. And it's kind of like if you're kind of born into that and that's all you know, like you just keep creating that. And I don't know, is it even our job to even go over there or anything?
Well, US, I mean, you know, the military industrial complex has their own motivations, right? Like
Resources
to them it's
and shit.
it's dollar signs if we get involved. And I mean, you just look back at our wars in Afghanistan and Iraq, it's like a similar thing. Like, you know, there's resources over there in the Middle East, so it's like within US interest to be involved, and Israel being like the closest thing to democratic run state and them being our ally. I don't know, man. It's just,
wasn't this like they were saying that this was bound to happen just because, like, I don't know, that whole thing where we just left everything or something? That had anything to do with that?
oh, you mean like all the stuff we left in Afghanistan? Yeah, I mean that was, there's like, you left all these weapons there, and of course somebody's gonna take control of these weapons. And apparently like we had done like a prisoner exchange with Iran, and it unfroze like $6 billion. And like, you know, it's been confirmed that Iran is the one like funding Hamas, and they were training for years for this invasion. So like, I don't know, man, like it's just a very unstable region.
So do you think this is just, we wanted this to happen?
Like the US wanted it to happen?
Yeah, like, hey, let's just leave this here, see what they do with it. Chances are they'll probably take their promised land because they have enough resources now.
I don't know about like the whole thing with Israel, but like definitely it seemed like with Afghanistan, right? Leaving all that stuff in Afghanistan and like, being like, well, look what they're doing. They're doing this. We got to do something. We can't just let them run amok with all of our weapons.
Or can we? Just for a couple years.
It's just, I don't know, man. It's the march towards World War III. It's like, dude, not only is there the
Russia, is it here just war, for the economy? Is it just for economy purpose? Oh, why don't we just start a war to get the economy?
Yeah, for these warmongers that they feel they want to make money off the lives of thousands of people.
Yeah.
Right? Like to them it's dollar signs if they have to arm all these different militaries with their weapons and just throw all these bodies at this war for what? What are we fighting for?
What is it good for?
Absolutely nothing.
nothing.
Dude,
Who?
it's
Ha.
it's ridiculous, man.
Anyways, we can get away from that subject. if you
Yeah,
want.
it's just the world is a very turbulent place, but I think it's always been a turbulent place, and now it's just the internet has like really pulled the veil off of everything.
Yeah. But it's funny how we stepped away from that him her thing. It feels weird to go back to it already.
Yeah,
We're way
yeah.
past
We've
it.
moved on.
But I don't know. I'm guessing 2 hours and a half. You have to get going soon.
Soon. Yeah, soon.
Okay. So let's just let's change the mood a little bit since we're gonna end soon.
Is it something light?
Yeah.
Okay, I got one more thing that I wanted to share. That's not
Oh, it's
exactly
not
the
light.
lightest. Yeah.
Okay.
Did you see that hockey player that got like kicked in the neck with the hockey with the
A long
blade?
time ago, I saw that. Did you
There-
just see it recently, or
No,
it
there's
happened again?
No, there's a new one. Yeah, there's a new one.
Because I know the other one happened,
Uh-huh.
and there was someone on the field that knew, like he was a medic or something, and knew how to address what the hell that was.
And that guy survived, right?
This guy did not survive.
Did not survive. Here, I got a
I
couple
don't want
videos.
to watch it.
You,
Like, you want to watch him die? I mean, I know
mean,
he
they don't-
probably died in a hospital, but still, dude.
you don't want to watch? Okay.
Uh,
if you
If
don't
you
want
want to show me it,
it's Inside Edition. It's not too.
I was like, "Is this?" We're not doing that.
This is not-
reaction channel. Like,
This is not near death. This is fuck, man.
what's his name? Him and his wife, Bert Kreischer's friend,
Oh, Tom Segura.
Your Mom's House, or whatever they do, that live show where they watch
No.
crazy shit.
I mean, this is Inside Edition. If Inside Edition is showing it,
All right.
Now a terrible tragedy at a hockey game. A 29-year-old man is dead after he was slashed in the neck by another player's skate. It's being called a freak accident, but that death may have been prevented by one simple, inexpensive piece of gear.
Oh my god, are they gonna create that for
They're
hockey now?
graphic.
I think so.
It looks like a
should
routine
mandate
hockey
that.
collision on the ice. But look again.
What
You can
the-
see the skate of the player in red fly up and hit the other player in the neck.
We knew it was not good.
That
Kerry
wasn't
Johnson was home in
that
Minnesota
seemed
watching a live stream of her
unintentional.
So
Unintentional.
it's in question now whether it was intentional or unintentional.
Wait, what do you think? It seemed like he did
When I-
something, and
When I first saw it, I thought it was intentional because I'm like, how the hell does his
Wait, let me
leg
see
get
it
all
again.
I think-
nephew, former NHL player.
Here I got another clip that is just what happened.
he knows that it was like, what the fuck did I just do? Oh no. It's sad seeing someone's last life.
In blood.
Oh my god. I'd be so woozy just
Look at his fucking jersey.
oh my god.
Like, I don't know. Like,
why is it so high though, right?
right? That's what I'm saying. Like, how the hell does your leg get all the way up to his neck? So police are investigating it.
Oh man, that sucks.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, that was that was a downer.
I knew. I was like, we need.
All right. Well, since we're ending soon, I gotta pee real quick so I feel
Oh,
all
that's what you
relaxed,
saw.
and then
All right.
we'll call it a do after. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Cool. I'll be right
You've
back.
seen enough.
That was fucking nuts.
Ah.
All right, buddy.
All right.
Before I
Sorry.
no.
I'm
That's,
sorry.
That's how it is.
There's a lot.
I was gonna ask you if you listened to the Elon Musk and Joe Rogan thing.
Yeah.
What did you think of it this time?
His take on like fighting Zuck without training
It
seems
was
very
weird.
naive.
Like he actually looked like more arrogant this time. Like in my opinion, like just
I only
watching, like,
listened to it, so yeah.
or like just the way he's talking, like, oh, I know he's intelligent, but like
Mhm.
I question the intelligence in this one a little. Like he's not like he didn't even like. I mean, he's not up to times because he's dealing with all these companies, but the ancient apocalypse things, like when he was telling me all, he's like, yeah, well, I know, like it was just
Yeah, he didn't seem to care. Yeah,
I was like, huh, like,
getting Neil deGrasse on us.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. My perception of him, and then like this isn't pizza, and like it would
they
just
had the pizza. Yeah.
It,
Yeah, I mean, like I was enjoying the podcast, but then when he was talking about fighting Zuck without training at all, I'm like, he has no
because
idea.
I think we know the power of jujitsu, and apparently he trained jujitsu at one point, but
Maybe once.
is
I don't
that
know.
like a couple months? Do you really?
If I don't even think a couple months. I've only seen like what a couple pictures with him and Lex Friedman and GSP, and he like didn't even know who John Donaher was.
I know, right?
So it's just kind of like he doesn't know what the
Suspect.
fuck he's talking about.
And I know I read a little bit of his book, and he did mention like getting in fights a lot as a kid because people would pick on him because he'd be the know-it-all. Like, oh, and matter of fact, like he'd probably be one of those kids like, shut up, nerd, you know. So I could see people trying to bully him, and he had to get in fights, and it probably did toughen him up. But like, that's like, how often did you get a fight when you were working at PayPal, and like when you start up Tesla? Like, were you getting in fights then? Like,
Yeah,
a lot has changed since then, buddy. Like,
yeah,
your
I mean,
body
like,
changed.
yeah, I
and
like.
You think
yeah.
you like, you know, the Matrix and you know kung fu? Like, I don't think it works like that.
No, it doesn't, dude.
So
Like, I feel like
his
I have like
his image
prime.
changed a little to me.
Yeah, for me, like just getting into jiu-jitsu, like remember when I was first doing those trial classes, dude, like going untrained, even though felt like I was in shape.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah. And when he was saying that Zuckerberg, I don't know, is this just to get hype? You know, this could be like a marketing thing, like anytime, anywhere.
Yeah, it could
Just
be a
to get
marketing thing.
people, like talking about him like we are.
Yeah. It
They
totally could
probably
be.
have, like, when I think about the Paul brothers, and I think he got a fight with a jiu-jitsu guy.
Oh, Dillon Dennis. And
Yeah.
Dillon Dennis was sharing like the stuff on the fiancés, all her sexual escapades.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
But for me, it's more like they're on my feed, both of them, and you see them like ooh. But I know like deep down they're probably just like, hey man, good job, we're making money
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say if it was real
and
or not.
Was it a real fight? Because I heard that he was trying to like take shots, and then it got canceled because he wasn't following the rules.
No, I guess I didn't follow too closely. I don't know if it got canceled, but like apparently there was like pictures of him out at a nightclub the night before, and yeah, he's a jiu-jitsu guy. He's not a boxer, so I don't know.
Also, I did see a video of him like pretending to fall down, and he had his legs up, and then I saw a picture of him falling down, and I was like, did he actually fall down, or was that from that thing?
I have no
All
idea.
this seems like fake to me. Like this is just money.
I have no idea.
That's why I didn't really follow it, because I was like, you're probably just doing this for hype.
Yeah, I mean, it was building a lot of hype, but I don't know, for Logan Paul to be cool with him sharing all that stuff about his fiance. I don't know. Unless he's just really
about that.
If he's really money hungry and he doesn't care that like, oh yeah, you're gonna marry this chick that's like a big giant floozy.
So that's the drama, talking about another man's lady.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing of the drama. Did you see that Ingonu Tyson Fury fight?
I heard them talking about it, how Ingonu like actually.
I watched the highlights, dude. Yeah, Ingonu should have won that shit, man. He like rocked Tyson Fury.
But do you think like referee paid like because one of the referees
I think
is,
it's
like a gyp, like
I think it's
do you
biased.
think it was like a Rocky Balboa kind of thing going on?
It was biased because Tyson Fury is the champ and he's the boxer, and like this is Ngannou's first boxing match, right?
Yeah.
So it's like how
But
you
if he
gonna
got knocked out, that would have been a story for the
dude,
ages.
he rocked him though. Like he knocked him down, and Tyson Fury was just like eyes like shocked that
Nice.
that fucking happened.
No, I didn't watch any of that.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, I just wanted to end on a more quieter note since we were talking about someone dying and since you just have given life. Why don't we? What are you laughing at?
Made me feel like a dick. Life
dick.
and death.
Yeah. Just remember all the people that died.
All the dead lost people.
I didn't know they were gonna show all dead people, but yeah. People die, and then your kid is born,
The fact that it's like in memoriam of all the lost people.
I know.
It's so.
What a tragic story. Daniel Faraday. The mom knew she was going to have to send the son over there. She was so like.
Boon.
She was so distant to the son just because he knew that I can't love you because I'm gonna kill you in the
Mr. Echo.
Where's my brother? Where is he? You are not my brother. I'm sorry, okay? I didn't mean to shoot you. It was an accident. If you want to kill me.
I love you, Penny. I always have.
Boat. I love you, Penny.
I don't know if this is having the desired effect. Man, they killed a shit ton of the characters.
That's not my baby. That's not my baby. I don't know. That's my baby. I don't know what she said. For the last 12 years, I'm trying to wash my hands. Odas. Everyone has like a saying. Odas.
There, not Penny's boat right there.
What does he say? I'm not on drugs, I swear. Okay, I just hold this thing.
Fucking hobbit.
Freckles. How you freckles?
I know who you are, and I know what you did.
That was the Mission Impossible for 2 minutes. Not the numbers. Oh,
4,
I love fried
8,
chicken.
15, 16, 23, 42.
I'm sorry, Hugo. Or
Punchable face.
I'm sorry.
He's got to be the
for
guy that
killing
got
you.
punched in the face the most in the show.
What did she say? Michael?
Michael?
Damn it, Kate, run!
Freckles.
What did she say?
I don't know what she says.
Don't tell me
what I can't do.
Don't tell me. We have to go back. We have to go back. Walt! Walt!
How did they decide the order of this?
I don't know.
Never ages.
Do you want to know your purpose, John? Well, I'm never gonna tell you because then I don't know what my purpose is later, and I have something in me growing, but not anymore since I come to this island. What did he say?
I don't know what he says.
What the fuck? Where's Vincent? Hey, is that how you end it?
That's garbage. Did you see they're gonna have a new Planet of the Apes?
Another one?
Another one.
With James? Or what
There's a teaser if you want to watch it.
Put it on, my friend. I don't know. It stopped being good after the second one with the eyes. I tell you, man, the eyes, they always get to me.
I getcha. Yeah, I don't know. You tell me
Yeah.
what you think.
Hold up. Back then, jeez,
Hmm?
fucking monkeys. The CG back then.
Mm-hmm. This looks like the same CG to me.
Kingdom of the Planet Apes. Caesar, is he in there? Circus? Andy?
Strange things.
I can't tell.
Memories,
Of past humans.
not memories.
What is this? King Kong? Looks like King Kong, right?
New things.
Kind of.
Island. Oh, it is Caesar.
Is it Caesar? That's Caesar.
Or his son, at least.
I'm thinking it might be Caesar's son.
That is not everything.
Because the voice is different.
Man, now they're actually talking. Because they did sign language before.
Oh yeah, they're talking. Yeah.
Well, man, they're gonna capture the human. I don't know if that's Caesar. Seems like so much time has passed.
Yeah, I think a lot of time has passed. Like, humans are like cave people.
Man, little Leo's gonna look like Miguel, just like how little Caesar.
Little Caesar.
Shit, we're getting into Caesar Coliseum shit now, where they have what's it called, matches and fights and stuff to the death. It's interesting. I mean, it seems weird right now that they're talking with their lips, but that is how
That's
it
how
would
it
go.
was. Yeah. Get your damn paws off me, you damn dirty ape.
Would we want prosthetics again? I guess CG is the right way to do it.
Yeah, I don't want no.
Orange lips, yeah, it looks decent. Yeah, I'm not as harsh to things as I once were, but also like I'm only harsh when you like, oh, Caesar's daughter, and they're gonna talk about like gorillas, like
trans apes.
If they have a gay gorilla there, you know there was some ESG shit happening.
Like in trans apes.
If there is a character in there that's like, I don't want to tell my dad, but I'm in love with this person, But as gorillas, then it would just make you not have escapism. It would make you think of modern times, right?
How 2024.
Yeah. So the Marvels came out, right? And it's coming out, and apparently the box office numbers are really low for them. And it's not sandwiched. It's not sandwiched in between Infinity War and Endgame to boast up your thing. You're left on your own.
No hype.
Also,
no hype behind it.
They weren't confident that Captain Marvel 2 would sell. So let's add 3 ladies in there. To see if people will be interested.
Disney Plus shows that nobody watched.
Yeah. So since you watch like Neurotic and stuff, and they're talking about what's his name? The new villain guy. What's his name again? The guy who played in Rocky Creed. What's his name?
Yeah. Kang.
Yeah, Kang. Played by
Jonathan Majors.
When Neurotic shows the certain clips of his acting, it's like it's really bad, especially the Loki parts. But he was good in Creed. I'll give you that.
Yeah. I didn't mind the Loki part. The part that I didn't like was when they showed like the thousands of him at the end of Ant-Man. I'm like, it looks so stupid.
Yeah, he had different looks, right?
Yeah, I was like, ugh.
But also, if you defeated him like all these times, then you think, he's not Thanos. Like the first time you were introduced to Thanos was literally Infinity War, like pure introduction.
Yeah.
And he was like this mysterious guy, and he's like,
just in the background.
And then there was already death and destruction around him. Let me tell you, blah blah. And then Hulk comes, and then like Hulk used to like remember that big ass worm guy in New York? He just beated that motherfucker. And then Thanos was like, bitch, you know, let him have his fun. Remember that guy? Let him have his fun. But then you get Kang, and he's getting beat up multiple times.
They've already defeated him. They've already defeated him twice.
So, am I gonna be looking forward to him being defeated in his ultimate state? Probably
I don't
not.
think so. I think they're done, man. I don't even care anymore.
I don't. That's why I watched like Neurotic talk about like what's going on in each Loki episode, because I really am not like, it's not like I have to watch this anymore.
I didn't even. I'm not even. Yeah, I had no. I even didn't even realize Loki. I guess I knew, but I didn't really care. Yeah.
Apparently,
I'm not into it.
First episode was just them talking around and talking about their feelings and stuff.
I'm not into it. You lost me, Disney. You lost me.
Man, if you ever watch, get Paramount for a month just for like, watch South Park or something, the 1883 is pretty fun. It just like the first episode, I was like, holy shit, this is fucking Red Dead. Like,
what made that over? What was the original one
Yellowstone?
called? Yeah,
it's not even on that platform anymore.
What?
On Peacock, but I'm not on Peacock, so I'm not watching.
What? What about what? Didn't they have like a
1923 with Harrison Ford?
Yeah.
Apparently, it's the same family, just like different generations.
Times, right? Yeah.
So they're not like, doesn't really relevant by that time, like
they just so happen to be the same family.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Peacock. But it starts off. It just starts off with like, they had this guy, and he looks like John Marston. He looks like Arthur Morgan kind of guy. Rough and tumbly. He goes into the town, like someone tries to steal his wallet and just gets his gun. Who else wants this? Huh? And then like the town goes pickpocket, and they start beating up on the guy who tried to steal. And they start hanging him. And then all of a sudden, like gunfire is happening. I was like, dude, this is like Red Dead Redemption. Then you go into a saloon. It's like, I need a room, and like, dude, it feels like I'm watching Red Dead the movie.
Yeah. Nice.
And then it becomes like Oregon Trail, where they have all these people from Germany, and they're trying to find a new home. And their job is to like take them through, like they're in Fort Worth, Texas, which is like 2 hours from me. That's kind of crazy to think. Make it down the Oregon Trail, and like it's basically like what would happen. Like you have bandits trying to attack. You have Indians.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I've heard good things. I've heard good things.
So it's like, it's like grittier times. I like it.
Tempting me, man.
I miss grittier times.
Grittier times that I didn't exist.
I didn't exist. Just to like be once gritty.
Escapism. That's escapism.
Escapism. Exactly. But if they start like introduce, I don't know. There's like a black guy in there who's a part of the group. He doesn't feel forced, but I'm sure he was in there for diversity. But
it's not over the top.
You don't know what it's like to be whipped. Like he says stuff like that, like being lashed and stuff. And this is like right after the whole Civil War type of shit, and so it's interesting. What was life like? But we think with our interpretation.
Yeah.
Modern day people.
This is how it was in 1883.
Yeah. So we think. Probably more raping happening back then. Just being honest.
Could get away with it.
It's good stuff.
Nice.
And then we're watching Fraiser because it's on Paramount. And I was like, all right, I'm ready to show like how woke is this new Fraiser? You know?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
how of the times is it gonna be? Because I was like, Janice wants to watch it. I was like, I don't know. They're just trying to money grab Fraiser.
Yeah.
But you know, after watching 4 episodes, it's nice. It has its own vibe. It's like it's his father and his son, and they're in Boston and stuff. The first episode, like the son didn't know he was coming over. Oh, what are you doing here, Dad? You know? Oh, I'm here to visit my son. Oh, I'm Fraiser. Scrambled eggs, you know. And then, and then when Fraiser left, like she has a girl roommate. And he's like, oh, I see you have a girl here. And it's like, oh yeah, this is my girlfriend. Right? And it's like, okay, I'll see you later. It's like, and the girl's like, you're not gonna tell him about John? I was like, oh great, here it is. Here's the woke shit, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, just watching it. And then I don't know do you care if we're gonna watch it? Not gonna watch it. Okay. So you know, later on the episode, you find out like John is a baby. It's like, oh, it's a baby. He's not gay. He's taking care of a baby. Oh, okay. So it's not as woke as I thought it was gonna be.
They made you think though.
It did. But then it's not his baby, it's that girl's baby, but it was his best friend's girlfriend, and he's helping because they're like firefighters, and he felt bad, like I gotta help my friend's, you know, girlfriend because my friend just died. I gotta help her raise this child. And he didn't want the dad to know, but anyways, it led me to think, oh, you're not gonna tell him about John? Like they totally tricked me.
What'd you think?
But it's good to they're being aware of it. Like the culture is shifting, so you're probably gonna see less of it maybe a year from now. But we still have Marvels coming out. We have a Wish movie Disney have coming out. It's animation.
Disney, get on board. Everybody's moving on, man.
More people shitting on Disney.
Yeah, Disney, wake up. Freaking South Park just dunked on you.
Apparently got a lot of subscriptions. People wanted to watch it.
Yeah.
Like there was like the last event like was probably like for me at least was Barbie. Like, oh, everyone has to watch Barbie. So this is like the last time I felt this. Like, oh, like I couldn't wait to watch it on the Friday.
Yeah.
And it hit the spot for sure.
Tempted me.
Anywho, it's about that time. Take care of that child of yours.
Yep.
Tell
All
right,
people.
Where it's at.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and listen to us wherever you do for podcasts. Until next time. Peace. See ya.
Shit. Peace.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't fucking matter.
Namaste. Dharma Initiative. What is the Dharma Initiative?
I don't even know anymore. But like their movements, dude, the way they move, it's so like they're not really in control, you know? They're just kicking and screaming.
Test their flexibility. Just like whoop.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've been doing
Well,
that.
yeah, when you change them, you gotta lift the legs, man. So
Pass the guard a little.
yeah.
Baby,
you ain't got no guard retention.
Do you think they ever scratch the inner womb? Like, get me out of here. You know? Inner scratching marks and stuff.
I think they're not that long, and they're soft. They're like baby nails, like really soft.
Well, I've never touched a baby nail, so for the last 12 years, I'm trying to wash my hands.
You've seen enough.
That was fucking nuts.
Ah.
Weird.